sit and write it down. Then you gotta teach about freedom. You gotta win it, gotta put yourself smack dab in it. Hey, tomorrow, it don't go away. On the freedom, just right on the way.
The New Green Deal, or whatever the hell they call it. The Green New Deal, right? Green New Deal. I encourage it. I think it's really something that they should promote. They should work hard on. It's something our country needs desperately. They have to go out and get it. But I'll take the other side of that argument only because I'm mandated to. But they should stay with that argument. Never change. Never change. No planes. No energy. When the wind stops blowing, that's the end of your electric. Let's hurry up. Darling? Darling, is the wind blowing today? I'd like to watch television, darling.
You just can't abuse it. Freedom, get moving. Never gonna stop till everybody moving on. Love for one another. Call it some friend and call it some brother.
Want to get it off your chest? Call the Dave Weinbaum Show. Except for ourselves, we don't suffer fools here. Want politics and fun sprinkled with a lot of laughs? You're in the right place. Heard in 50 states and 98 countries, now in its 11th year. The Dave Weinbaum Show is on the air. And to tie in with the new Green Deal, which will make this country fail faster than it takes Michael Cohen to lie before Congress. There's a bill out from the Democrats to allow 16-year-olds and illegal guests, as Nancy Pelosi now calls them, to vote. And then the new Green Deal could pass. Our 16-year-olds don't know how lucky they are for getting through to survive the abortion epidemic, and now late-term and failed abortion, infanticide, and would be likely to pass socialism in any form because they've been taught this since they were in preschool. And illegals? Well, they could easily supply the Democrats with a new base to replace blacks and other immigrants who have wised up to the Democratic plantation policies. Because one Donald J. Trump got them jobs and business opportunities that Democrats kept hidden from them to keep them on the victim plantation. Now add that to the dumbest Jews in the world who may be just now realizing that the Democrat leader for the last 11 years has been a white Christian Jew-hating Muslim by the name of Louis Farrakhan and his puppets, especially Barack Hussein Obama. Jews, pro-choice and pro-lifers, Christians shouldn't just walk away, but they should hashtag run away from the Democratic Party. Fight back or be annihilated. Welcome to the Dave Weinbaum Show. I'm here with radio legend Stan. And by the way, Stan, happy Women's Day.
Yeah.
I was going to say something to Lisa, but she's not here yet. She has an excused lateness.
Gotcha.
So she's excused, and we already have our first phone call. I have no idea who this is. Welcome to the show, JJ. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Well, this is JJ from Rolla.
Well, hi, JJ. What's going on, my friend?
Nice monologue. You covered a lot of bases there.
Thank you.
Representative Omar, what a piece of work that anti-Semite is. If this woman had her way, Muslims would become a protected class in the United States, and you wouldn't be able to criticize them.
No, you're wrong. They already are a protected class in the United States.
Well, if you're a Democrat.
Well, I'm telling you, even the conservatives, Laura Loomer didn't get her press pass taken by Democrats at CPAC. Those are supposed to be conservatives.
Well, they are conservatives, but recognize that all these people are attempting to be politically correct, and political correctness will be the death of this country before it's all done with.
That's how you get a special class. You're politically correct.
Now, Conrad Pelosi has managed to get herself painted into a corner over this anti-Semitism business. Here, the brand new freshman Democrats are far more radical than Comrade Pelosi is, and she's got a little problem in her hen house there. If they had their way, they would vote her out.
Well, they just may, and you might be seeing a new. We already have a de facto leader besides Louis Farrakhan, and that would be AOC. All right, she's the de facto leader of the Democratic Party right now.
There is another piece of work. How could you possibly have a leader as ignorant as that woman is? Every time she opens her mouth, something stupid falls out of it. It just amazes me. And moderate Democrats, the few that are left, are embarrassed by her. She's an embarrassment to her party because nothing that she says makes any sense. None of it will stand up to any kind of rational thought.
Well, JJ, that's why I got on the radio. You can't make this stuff up. I couldn't imagine this in a million years, and yet it's happening.
If you were writing this as a novel, people would say, "Yeah, you can never publish that." Nobody.
Well, they'd think it was a comedy. They'd laugh at me, like they do now, but they laugh at me because I can't sing as well as they think I should.
Well, I'll tell you what. When you compare our House of Representatives, now controlled by the Democrats, what a bunch of losers. And then you look at Donald J. Trump, who frankly is coming out as a shining star in this whole thing, as the voice of reason and the voice of actual thought instead of feeling. How could anyone criticize Trump? Yet there they are, lined up like people waiting for the bathroom at a concert to criticize the President of the United States.
Every day.
The border wall declaring an emergency. I've been looking into that, and it is well within his powers to do that.
Of course,
the Dems can squawk all they want, but in the end, once that gets through the courts, he's going to come out on top of that.
Well, I think it's already started. He's already started building on what they gave him. So by the time this thing rolls around to court, I believe he'll be well on his way to building some substantial walls. Oh, wait a minute. Barriers. Barriers.
Yeah.
All right. We got anything under that? Anything else under that tinfoil hat?
Yeah, call me a far rightist, but I've been in favor of putting a minefield along the border for a long time.
Yeah. All right. All right. Well, you're bugging. Your phone's bugging out. I think Nancy Pelosi's been controlling your phone lines, JJ.
She's got a tinfoil hat. Okay. Well, God bless you. Keep up the good work.
God bless you, JJ, and thank you for being the opening act on the Dave Weinbaum Show. I appreciate that. And by the way, we're going to give out a MAGA hat today.
Yeah.
And for those of you in Branson, that's Make America Great Again hat. And it's red. And, it takes guts these days to wear one.
Yeah.
But just, be alert. Be looking around, looking out, turn around. Every once in a while, just hop around and look who's following you and stuff like that.
You got your Evanston High School hat on again today.
I'll tell you, Evanston, not Evanston.
Evanston. Oh,
Evanston.
Sorry. That was your brother's air name, Evanston.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. That just crossed my mind. So, one time I was walking through, actually I got left off early because I was trying to somehow get rid of some tickets, just give them away or something like that. No, actually, I was trying to sell them. But we were in a traffic jam, and I got left off, and I'm walking down the street, and I'm walking pretty fast because I want to get to where I'm going. And it was kind of a area where there was nobody there except there was a black guy who was probably in his 50s. At the time, I was in my 60s. Mm-hmm. And I'm walking kind of fast, and coming up behind him, and all of a sudden this guy turns around and says, "What do you want? What do you want?" He was scared of me. I said, "Wait a minute, shouldn't this be reversed?" I said, "What's wrong with you? I'm just trying to get to the game. I'm wearing a Cardinals hat." This is way before Trump.
He was probably messing with you.
No, he wasn't. I could see there was actual fear in his eyes.
Maybe he went to Evanston High School,
Yeah, no. I don't think so.
Yeah, we heard about you.
No, well, some of them have. It was
sure.
Pretty interesting. It's pretty interesting standing up to, what's his name? The guy Emory Moorhead.
Yeah.
The tight end for the Chicago Bears Super Bowl champions in 1985, who graduated from Evanston.
Wow.
And only knew me because he was a little bit ahead of me. He was a little younger.
Yeah.
Only knew me because the coach would put things, things out to upcoming teams, telling them about, people, and I was one of the people because I was so small, and I started, and so he knew about me, So I'm taking a picture, and I'm hurt. It hurts my neck just to look up at the guy. He was so big, and it says, if we had played against each other, I would have done everything in my power to take your ass down. And I might have busted my head up at it, but
did he snicker or anything when you said that?
He actually looked like he believed me. Well, I would have.
I know.
Come on.
Yeah, I know you would have.
I would have busted another helmet on that guy. Yeah. Anyways, we're on the show. Call the show, 573-364-4433. Get it off your chest, and we're going to take our first break. We got the rabbi coming up. Got a great show. The rabbi coming up. Laura Lomer's coming up. All right. Bounced out of CPAC this time. And, all this stuff about Omar and Rashid and Ellison up in Minnesota and Maxine Waters and all the stuff she gets banned for. She's absolutely right. There's no doubt about it. She's been absolutely right on every single thing, and that's why they ban her, because she's so darn effective. She could destroy the Democrat Party on her own, I believe, if let loose.
If they would actually prosecute, they won't, though.
She's so. They probably want us to put her on a leash, and that's what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
So, yes, I wasted my time, but I'm going to... No, that's not a waste of time, because I got to call her. Hold on a second. Hold on. And then I got Dr. Amy, always a hoot. Cheryl Chumley wasn't on last week, but she's on again this week. And calling live, from wherever she's calling from, Deanna Lorraine. Hi there, welcome to the... Oh, and we got special Joe Dalton calling it at 9:45.
Cool.
So he's going to announce the Pregnancy Resource Center and our feast every year, our banquet, which is March 28th, and he's going to talk about that and about a subject that's been really highlighted in the last couple of months, and that's abortion.
Yes.
Hi there. Welcome to the Dave Weinbaum Show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Martin from St. James.
Hi, Martin.
How are you doing this morning?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing great. I just kind of wanted to talk about, I guess, the whole Islamic thing.
Yeah.
Are they just like merchants or like contract people or what?
It's a religion. It's a major religion in the world, and it's got certain things in the Quran that instruct them on how to be good Muslims, some of which is to kill Jews and kill infidels. And I'm not saying every Muslim believes in that, but if the ones that are saying so, if you are a true Muslim, you will believe in this. And there are others out there who don't like this, who consider themselves Muslims, and say that their religion needs reformation.
Mm-hmm.
But
I guess there's radical ones or whatever. I don't know. I was wanting to ease people's minds. I was wondering if you could do that for us.
Ease your mind? How would you like me to ease your mind?
I don't know. Just say it's getting better and not worse.
I wish I could. It's getting worse. It's getting much worse. We now have Congress infiltrated with 2 congresswomen that hate Jews. They hate conservatives. They hate infidels, and they're very pro-Palestinian. They want to wipe off Israel from the map of the earth and replace it with Palestine. How do I know that? They have Palestine cut out and taped over Israel in their offices, in their federal offices. So how can I tell you it's getting better when it's not? I'm trying to make it better on this show by fighting back against this.
Why can't we just all get along? Why we gotta sling oil around?
Why can't we what?
All just get along.
Oh, well,
I would
love that myself personally. I'd rather talk about other stuff, but it is what it is. I mean, you got to deal with reality. So, all right, listen, my friend, thank you for calling. I appreciate it. Listen to the rest of the show, and you're eligible for a MAGA hat, which I'm not sure you'd be all excited about that, but okay.
I got to go get some French fries out of the microwave, so...
Okay, well, make sure you go later back to McDonald's and get some real French fries. All right, you have a great weekend, too. Thanks, Martin.
Thanks.
Well, that was Martin from St. James. You know, I have a brother named Martin in St. James. So
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, all right, we're going to be right back. And we got a great show coming up. Call the show, 573-364-4433, and get it off your chest.
95 years of serving families in the Rolla community. This is Rick Miller at Null & Son Funeral Home. For a business to be successful for 95 years takes hard work, determination, respect, and compassion for the community and the families we serve. This year, Null & Son Funeral Home proudly celebrates our 95th anniversary. 95 years of providing the finest funeral service, always at an affordable cost. It has been our honor to serve your family.
For the best in steaks, wine, and great conversation, visit Matt's Steakhouse. Matt's Steakhouse has banquet facilities for all of your event needs, from small office parties to large wedding receptions and everything in between. Matt's Steakhouse, open for lunch and dinner Tuesday through Saturday, located on the Dillon Outer Road in Rolla, just east of exit 189. Call Matt's Steakhouse at 364-1220 to book your next event. For the best in steaks, wine, and great conversation, visit Matt's Steakhouse.
Welcome to the greatest rock and roll show on earth. Tonight's feature is Melrose Asphalt and Quarry, featuring their greatest hits, guaranteed low prices, guaranteed work, and their #1 hit, locally owned and operated. So call and get your tickets to the greatest rock and roll show on earth. Melrose Asphalt and Quarry, 364-9101. That's 364-9101. Melrose Asphalt is a local business and not an actual rock band.
Reality check number 29. Moving your checking account shouldn't feel harder than moving to another state. At Town & Country Bank, we have a solution for that. We know switching banks can be a pain, so we invented the Easy Switch Kit. If you move your account to Town & Country, we'll do all the work for you. Set up your automatic deposits and withdrawals, and even help close your old account. How easy is that? Town & Country Bank. Smart, friendly solutions. Member FDIC.
Come see the professionals at Brown Vet Clinic of Rolla, where they promise to place your pet's health and wellness above all considerations. They communicate openly with you about the individual preventative needs of your pet and help protect them from common infectious and contagious diseases while using the best available methods, no matter how big or small the animal. The staff is there to help you 24/7 and will get you an appointment as quickly as possible. Give Brown Vet Clinic a call today for all your animal needs. 364-1919.
It's been 35 years since Muffler Mart has opened their doors, and now you can come visit them at their new location on Highway 63 South, just across from Phelps County Fairgrounds in Rolla. Marty, Keith, and Carl combined have over 120 years of auto experience. Woo! Their name says Muffler Mart, but they do it all. So the next time you need work on your vehicle, head to the new location of Muffler Mart on Highway 63 South, just across from Phelps County Fairgrounds in Rolla. For appointments, call 364-5434. That's 364-5434.
McDonald's presents the new Big Mac Bacon. But is the Big Mac lucky to have bacon, or is bacon lucky to land on the Big Mac?
The Big Mac is lucky. Applewood smoked bacon makes everything taste better. The Big Mac, Brussels sprouts, dry toast.
No. Bacon's lucky to be on the iconic Big Mac. It's fortunate to dip its toe in that delicious special sauce.
There you have it. Get McDonald's Big Mac with bacon, fresh beef quarter pounder with bacon, and cheesy bacon fries. Is it the best thing to happen to our classics, or to bacon? Try for yourself and decide.
Only for a limited time at participating McDonald's. Fresh beef available at most restaurants in contiguous U.S. Not available in Alaska, Hawaii, and U.S. territories.
Follow me at DaveWeinbaum.net, at The Dave Weinbaum on Twitter, and streaming live on the Dave Weinbaum Show Facebook page.
But it's the GOP sellouts, not just the radical open borders left, that is in bed with immigration saboteurs. Like the ones who hijacked the Tea Party movement to shill for amnesty. Those are the real grifters, cashing in and practicing deceit at the expense of their base and at the expense of our country. Our shining city on the hill, and that is a phrase that has been repeated over and over and over again at every CPAC since Reagan spoke here, has become a much abused doormat to the world. Building the border wall is only half the battle. The numbers tell all.
You got it. You know that's Michelle Malkin.
Mm-hmm.
I once went to an event in St. Louis where she was the keynote speaker, and I got my picture taken with her, and then I got to talk to her because she started out at the Jewish World Review like I did, so I got to talk to her one-on-one. And we started talking, and then she got on something political. Might have been abortion, actually, because this was a pro-life meeting of the Catholics in St. Louis. And we were talking, and all of a sudden, my goodness, she got so intense that it was just incredible. Very passionate about what she was talking about. Those are the kind of people I like. People
Absolutely.
that are passionate
and
about doing stuff.
Laura Loomer.
And I always wondered about it until I discovered, well, maybe I'm a little bit passionate too.
Yeah, you are.
And I think that kind of resonates with the audience. I used to ask, well, why is this succeeding? You don't know why.
Right.
If you've never done something before and all of a sudden you're successful at it after a while, you have to wonder, well, why are people listening to me and maybe not some other people?
Yeah.
And it's about how you present your feelings on air.
Yeah. Well, you're in 98 countries and 430 some cities.
Yeah.
So there's got to be a reason. And we want to thank you for listening.
Oh yeah. It's amazing. I want to thank you, of course. And participating in the show and helping promote it. In fact, last week I didn't have time to do that. Well, I had time, but I just didn't. I forgot to talk about some of the people who are pushing the show, especially down there in Texas. Tex pre-announces this show every week. All right, and he's great. He even brings up Laura Loomer being on the show, things like that, and Tracy Belmonte out there in New York. Political Diva on Twitter, and Davy Crockett. I thought he died at the Alamo, but maybe not. Alderson out of Brazil, a couple of Pams out there, Julian, Irish Eileen from Chicago, Ron Fair, Dashi, Liz from Miami, Bama Perry, Bama Girl. I don't think they're related. Randy out there in St. James, Stoney, Patty, and Blondie Girl. So thank you all for pushing the show. I really appreciate it. And I'll tell you what. I think we're going to do the rabbi right now, and then I want to talk, because you're going to hear a little bit about what's going on with anti-Semitism throughout the world. And I wish I could say it's not really happening, or it's going down, or anything like that, because it's going way up. It's skyrocketing, and the rabbi is going to let you know what's going on. So without further ado, Rabbi Moshe Rothschild.
Yeah, 1 second, Dave. You were talking to another rabbi? Sounds like you're cheating on me.
No, actually, I'm cheating with you on him, because he was the first rabbi. Listen to this. I got rabbis fighting over me. This is kind of weird. Ladies and gentlemen, the second most powerful in Israel and in his own house travels the world to unite Christians and Jews, the future rabbi to the Trump Third Temple, Hotel, Golf Course, Casino, and Spa, and the official rabbi to the Dave Weinbaum Show, Rabbi Moshe Rothschild. There they go. Oh, man, they're coming down from St. Louis. They heard about you. How about that? Yeah. There they are. Oh, the guys from Doolittle did more, and they showed up. How about that? So, Rabbi, hey, Gaza and Israel, you guys at war yet? And if not, it looks like it's happening any moment now.
Well, things have been heating up. They've been sending over incendiary devices, and we had missile alerts this week. Some rockets were fired into Israel just yesterday. We have to keep an eye on that, because it's been, every couple of years we have a flare-up, and then we have a huge buildup at the Gaza border. So we got to keep an eye on that. But it's definitely starting to heat up.
So this is something that happens every couple of years, right?
Yeah, that's right. I moved to Israel 10 years ago. Since I've been here, there have been 2 major operations in Gaza. Yeah. So, I don't want to say we're overdue, but our prime minister called it mowing the grass.
Right.
And I think it might be time to mow the grass again. Because we're not going to solve the problem, right. And we're not going to retake and go into Gaza. So what can we do? We can just, give them a little spanking, and it gets quiet for a few years. I mean, that's basically, our hands are tied. They use a phrase here, managing the conflict. Yeah. We don't see that there's going to be any peace treaty with Hamas, the Palestinian Authority, Hezbollah. It's never going to happen. So they just use that phrase. We are managing, that we are just managing the situation, and that's all we can do.
I've heard a report. In fact, it was from the Jerusalem Post by a guy named Michael Wilner, that the U.S. support for Israel is at a 10-year low. Is this accurate?
Yes.
And if so, why?
Well, I did see that as well. Now, is it accurate? Look, my anecdotal experience is that no, and I haven't personally seen that. But I would say that if you see what's happening in the Democratic Party, if that's any indication or representation of what's going on in the United States, I think we have a lot to worry about. So it seems to me that the Democratic Party has kind of mainstreamed, anti-Israel sentiment, and has allowed that to have a loud voice in Congress, and maybe that's reflective of their constituencies.
On the other side of that, has the right gone too far in villainizing AOC, Ilhan Omar, and Rashid Tlaib? Should they just talk about socialism, anti-Semitism without mentioning their names?
I don't think that we've gone too far, to be honest with you. It was incredible to me that the Democratic Party and Nancy Pelosi couldn't get them to pass a resolution basically saying that anti-Semitism is bad. Now, if the Democratic Party cannot make a simple resolution saying that anti-Semitism, is bad, that's a real issue, and I don't think the right is going too far in demanding apologies, demanding people like Omar being removed from committees. I mean, it's happened in the Republican Party. People were removed from committees immediately when they said
recently Stephen King.
Correct, and it's what would seem to be a very simple thing. Anti-Semitism is bad, and we condemn it. They couldn't vote on it.
Do you see Pelosi? Do you see Pelosi pulling Ilhan Omar off the Foreign Affairs Committee?
I think she would only do that if she thought it was politically expedient. I don't think she would do it because it's the right thing to do or the moral thing to do or the fact that Israel's an ally. I don't see her doing it for any of the right reasons. I only see her doing it if there's enough political pressure and it becomes a political issue and an issue of votes for the Democratic Party. I know the Democratic Party right now is quite scared because being anti-Semitic or anti-Israel, even if you're going to say there's a 10% downturn in a 10-year low in Israel support, it doesn't get votes. It doesn't make the party look good. And I know they're scared of that. I know that there's definitely, that they feel like they're handing the election over in 2020 to the Republicans.
And let's go to Europe for a moment. Belgium had this parade, a city-sponsored, statewide sponsored parade, where they had a very, very anti-Semitic, I don't know what to call it. Float, yeah.
It was a float. They had two caricatures.
Explain that briefly, and tell me, the Belgium mayor said no big deal.
Right. Well, Belgium had this float down in Brussels, and in the parade, the float was two ultra-Orthodox looking Jews with hooked noses, with money bags and rats on top of the money bags. Very typical anti-Semitic stereotypes that you wouldn't be surprised to have seen in the 1930s. And it was condemned all over.
Wait a minute. What about the characters that were following the float? That's a very important part of this.
Right. So it seemed to be like a theme of this parade here. This they called it, I think, the Shabbat or the Sabbath something. There was a theme in this parade, and the whole parade was very anti-Semitic. What I wanted to say was that even though it was condemned by the European Commission, the Belgian mayor, as you said, defended it. And it's just I mean, I would say it's extraordinary, but it isn't. I mean, this has been the norm of Jewish history the last, about 2,000 years. The exception has been the United States. Up until World War II, it was very common, these kinds of things. And then there was a bit of the world felt bad after World War II because 6 million Jews had been murdered. So between 1945 and until the present day, it's been fairly quiet. But in the last few years, anti-Semitism has made a comeback.
I just want to mention,
this is more the norm than the exception.
I just want to mention that the people following this dressed as Jews, some dressed as SS officers, were carrying Zyklon B gas containers. And what does that mean to Jews?
Right. So Zyklon B was the gas that they used in the gas chambers. And of course, I don't know if you saw this, Dave, but someone posted online a picture from a parade in the 1930s with very, very similar images.
Not surprising.
And like I said, what you see here is just, I feel like there are these flashbacks to the 1930s. And, it's quite frightening what's going on. And Brett Stevens in the New York Times wrote an article today. I posted it on my Facebook page about an hour or two ago. But and he claims that Omar, she knows exactly what she's doing, and she's not apologizing now. She's taking a stance. She's being defended by people like.
What happened?
It did it again, didn't it?
Okay, can you get it back?
Well, I'll try.
All right.
Ocasio-Cortez, and defended by other groups and this and that, and it's only going to get worse.
Other than DaveWeinbaum.net, where can people find you?
They can reach me at Rabbi Moshe at IsraelAlliance.org, Rabbi Moshe at IsraelAlliance.org, or our website, which is IsraelAlliance.org.
Hey, Rabbi, I was attacked by a gang of mimes. They did unspeakable things to me. Ladies and gentlemen, Rabbi Moshe Rothschild, calling all the way from Efrat, Israel. I will see you soon, Rabbi. All right, good recovery. We had a little paw
I don't know what that was.
And that happened during the rehearsal yesterday.
It did.
And we went back, and you went back, and you got it, but I don't know how that happened.
I don't either. It's never happened before.
Okay.
Weird.
Well, now something went wrong, and a new thing is, we can't let that old thing go wrong again.
That's right.
You figure it out, because I don't know. I don't want to have to learn that stuff. Anyways, we're back on the show. Call the show, 573-364-4433. And get it off your chest. We're giving away a great MAGA hat, and we're having it's Women's Day. So now instead of one woman, we got two, and now they've walked out. This is really, oh man, that's just unbelievable. All right. Anyways, we've got a new Congress, and America now has to put up with what I was talking about. They have to put up with two Muslim jihadis, ISIS supporting anti-white, anti-Christian, anti-Jewish hating Muslim women who support the terrorists in the Middle East, who have said anti-Semitic things and know what they're saying because they've said this for years and years before they got in Congress.
Yeah.
And now they're, along with ally AOC, they control the Democratic Party, and Nancy has vacated any control she had over them, as witnessed by this lame excuse for a bill where it started out as a rebuke to one anti-Semite in what she said, just like Stephen King when he said some hateful things, and he was taken away from his committee, only they left it with Stephen King. They named everything else in the world that could be hated, from LBGTs to dark-skinned people to light-skinned people to Asians. I mean, just, so as Victor Davis said, if you're against everything, you're against nothing. Mm-hmm. It watered it down so much that it just doesn't mean anything.
Well, now someone brought up the fact that Omar and people like that, their constituencies agree with them in a lot of cases, and that's kind of scary too, because there are some huge populations of Muslims that are behind these people.
And how did they get in the country unfettered? A lot of Somalian population in Minneapolis,
right?
But Omar Ilhan got elected with a lot of Jewish votes in Minnesota. Mm-hmm. Hi, how you liking your votes now, Minneapolis? Jews?
Right.
I mean, it's just so amazing to me that there will be any Democrats left in the Democratic Party.
Well, I heard 80%.
That it's incredible.
I heard 80% of the Jews in America are Democrat.
Well, you got it. I never understood it. Now I even understand it less. I understand why Jews should not be in the Democratic Party. Hi there. Welcome to the Dave Weinbaum Show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Chester from north of Doolittle.
Well, hello, Chester. How are you?
I am fine. I just want to comment one thing, emphasize this bill that was passed. by the House. What they've actually done is they started with a bill to criticize the one person who spoke badly by adding all the protected groups into a generic overarching bill. What they've now done is they are protecting her, because if you criticize her, she's now one of those groups, and that makes you part of the evil hate speech that has been condemned. That's what they've actually done.
That's right.
Yeah, and Steve King, what was he? Well, he was a white guy, so he has no group to protect, because us whites Stan's a white. I'm a Semite.
Say anything bad about any group that was mentioned?
Yeah.
And of course not. See, that's the cover, because she's one of them.
So it's meaningless.
And by saying that, so she's covered. So you cannot criticize the anti-Semitism now. That's what the real wording is.
It's more than meaningless. It is a huge victory.
Yes.
For Omar, for Rashid, for Jew haters around the world. In fact, I don't know if this is exactly true or not, but David Duke has now left following Donald Trump, and he's now following Ilhan Omar.
Well, there is a very strong connection between the Nazis and the anti-Semite Arabs in World War II.
The Muslim Brotherhood.
Know about that, right?
Oh, I know all about it.
Because that stuff goes way back.
Sure,
they worked together.
In fact, the chief Mufti of Jerusalem, I believe it was, or Cairo or someplace, he had a place in Berlin. He was a big ally to Hitler.
Yep.
No, those are facts, folks. Sorry to say that, but it's true. All right, the truth shall set you free, or really piss you off. That's what it's doing today. All right, well, thank you so much, and we're going to. I think we're going to take a little break here, and then we'll get Joe Dalton on. Hopefully, he's listening and not, helping his wife get through another dental appointment. That's why he missed last week. Anyways, call the show 573-364-4433. Get it off your chest.
When it comes to making travel plans, Trips and More Travel Agency of Rolla has skilled agents to help you plan that perfect getaway. With over 27 years of combined experience, the agents are dedicated to providing you the highest quality of customer service, specializing in custom travel, family vacation, and destination weddings. Trips and More can make your vacation unique and fun. Stop in today at 116 West 8th Street in Rolla, or call 341-3300. That's 341-3300.
Price Chopper in Rolla for the best quality products and the freshest produce in the area. With a full-service deli, bakery, and butcher cafe, you can feed the whole family with ease. Cold cuts to sushi, barbecue, and a huge salad bar. Kick back and relax, and enjoy your lunch in our dining room, located in Forum Plaza on Forum Drive in Rolla. Don't forget to sign up for a rewards program and save money on groceries today. For orders and catering, give them a call today at 573-364-1771. Open 7 days a week, 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. Price Chopper in Rolla.
Every business needs just the right sign to get people into your business. Missouri Neon Outdoor is here to help. Missouri Neon Outdoor has been family-owned and serving the Ozarks for 80 years. Outdoor advertising remains one of the most cost-effective ways for businesses to build awareness and drive customers to their door. And they offer billboard coverage in over 25 counties in southwest Missouri. Missouri Neon Outdoor has an expert creative staff that can design a great look for you. Call today for available locations in your area. 1-800-788-1778.
Cox Brothers Service Company, located in St. James, is there when you need them. Cox Brothers staff is focused on delivering professional restaurant and refrigeration equipment, services, and installation to the local service areas and beyond. Keep your business running right with the professionals at Cox Brothers Service Company. Give them a call at 573-368-4083. And as always, they thank you for your continued support and patronage.
When it comes to title insurance, you have a choice. With over 37 years of combined experience in the title insurance industry, the staff at Premier Title Group is ready to help you with all your real estate transactions in Phelps, Crawford, Dent, Marys, Pulaski, and Texas counties. With unmatched customer service and one of the friendliest staffs in the area, you will find that at Premier Title Group, we truly live up to our motto, providing you with a premier experience during your real estate transaction. Tell your realtor and lender that you choose Premier Title Group.
Group.
May God bless our troops and our emergency responders.
Warning, this is Microsoft. Your computer has been hacked, and you need to call the number displayed immediately.
Warning, do not call that number. This is a scam. Call A1 Tech of Rolla, LLC at 573-458-9175. If you have given these people access to your computer, or worse, your money, your computer is now compromised. A1 Tech is available both mobile and on-site to take care of all your tech needs, and was recently voted the best computer repair service in Phelps County. Call 573-458-9175.
Moving, let's talk about Salem, Missouri, and what we have to offer. We are located in the center of Missouri, center of the USA, with a great school system, college, beautiful country club. Rivers within 1 hour drive include Jack's Fork, Piney, Gasconade, Merrimack, and 2 state parks. If you're looking to enjoy life with recreation or just enjoy life, call VIP Properties, Pat Tackett, broker, 103 East 4th Street, Salem, Missouri, 573-729-7622.
Follow me at DaveWeinbaum.net, at The Dave Weinbaum on Twitter, and streaming live on the Dave Weinbaum Show Facebook page.
When they charge 40% tariffs on our cars going into China, and we charge them nothing coming into our country, when they raise their tariff from 10% to 25% and then to 40%, and they said to me, we expected that somebody would call and say, you can't do that. Nobody called, so we just left it. And I don't blame them. We should have been doing the same thing to them.
We did. Think about that. Mm-hmm. That's incredible, okay? Thinking that they had these tariffs tripling, quadrupling, and no president said anything. So, yeah, and he's right. Why should we blame them? You know, how stupid have been previous presidents? And when he does, oh, my God, you can't do that. Well, I mean, why? It's so simple. You're getting ripped off.
Right.
Maybe it takes business people to do this job, in my opinion. Hi there. Welcome to the Dave Weinbaum Show. I got a feeling I know who this is. What's your name and where are you calling from? Yes, I can tell by that evil laughter.
Oh, wow. This is Joe from Rolla.
Oh, okay. That Joe. All right. What's going on, my friend?
Good morning. Good morning, guys. Great program. I just wanted to call in and talk to you about the banquet and unplanned. The Banquet for Life is, of course...
Wait a minute. You're going to be talking about a banquet that's unplanned?
No.
I mean, I thought we had it planned.
You're so funny. No, Unplanned is a movie about one of our former keynote speakers from our former banquet.
Right.
But so, as everybody knows, you are the vice president of the board of directors of the Pregnancy Resource Center of Rolla, and I was calling about that event, which is our annual Banquet for Life. So, if you've been there before to our events, you know what to expect. But if not, it's really an amazing pro-life event where people come together and just stand for life. Last year we had 72 different churches and 1 synagogue represented. So this is really a good crew. This year our keynote speaker is Claire Colwell.
Now explain who she is, because she's had some real big publicity recently, hasn't she?
Yes. So the star from your show, Melissa Oden, is kin to her, a friend of hers. But basically, Claire is also an abortion survivor. Her story is slightly different. And so Claire has been on with Melissa on Fox and Friends a couple of times. She's been testifying before Kentucky House and Senate. She's been testifying in Texas for these Born Alive Protection Act bills. So it's the whole late-term abortion thing. So
Now, we, as a group, obviously are pro-life.
Mm-hmm.
And we, as a group, also are pro-life after the birth, not just before the birth. And I think you ought to mention that to folks out there, because they think, well, okay, you have the kid, but they still got the problems. Well, tell them what you do after the woman decides to have the child.
Right. So in a lot of different ways. I mean, every story is different, but because everybody has a different level of help needed. Some people just need a little help over that hump to tell their mom and dad about it, to speak to their friends about it, and then once they do, everything's fine. But then we have some really high level clients that come to us that are, for example, homeless and pregnant. What do you do then? We had our famous mother from a couple of years ago, Jeannie, who was homeless, pregnant, and she was pregnant with triplets. What do you do then? What happens is an organization like ours and St. Raymond Society takes care of them. And a community like ours says, we got this, girl. We're going to help you through this. So Faith, the girl that lives at St. Raymond Society that went to Washington, D.C. with us, she's lived at St. Raymond's house for more than a year now. So if you think about that, this is not a cheap endeavor. But the thing that cracks me up the most is when pro-abortion people say, you only care about the baby. What about the mother? Well, look at us a year and a half later still paying Faith's bills, right?
Yeah.
Nothing against Faith. She's doing a great job. But it's just an amazing thing we're able to do for these mothers.
And they also have been up in, we've also had some things happen up in D.C. with the March for Life appearances of some of these women. You want to talk a little bit about that?
Yes. 2 years in a row we've been invited to the White House. Last year it was Kelsey. She was invited to stand behind our president when he gave his historic speech to the March for Life participants. It was the first president ever to do that live. And behind him during that speech were two babies saved from abortion in Rolla, Missouri, which was really cool. And then this year we got to meet with Vice President Pence. It was a lot different. It was an hour-and-a-half roundtable meeting with him, and we were able to, Faith was able to share her entire testimony with him, which was beautiful. He was so blown away, and after the meeting, he kept coming back to talk to her and to rub little Noah's head. It was pretty cool.
And what happened to Melissa Oden recently? Melissa, and explain who she is.
Yeah, right. She was a keynote speaker at our banquet a few years back, I think 5 years ago, and you met her then, but she's an abortion survivor as well. But she has been on Fox and Friends and all these stations as well, but she was invited to the White House to meet with the president. And it was just a beautiful thing in the Oval Office to see a picture of a sitting president shaking the hand of an abortion survivor. Just really puts a face on the subject of abortion.
Yeah, in the Oval Office. Wow.
Right.
Wow. All right. Where can they get on the list to be in the banquet, Joe?
Yeah, that's the thing. If you're ticked off about these laws coming out of New York and Vermont and all these different places,
what human being wouldn't be? I'm sorry, but come on.
Well, the point we're making with this banquet is we're winning. We are winning.
Yeah.
And this is why the pro-abortion side is so freaky right now. But if you're upset about this and want to do something about it, you can. It's real. It's tangible. You can do it right here in Rolla. But call our office at 368-5700. Not there right now, but I'll be there later today. But it's 573-368-5700. If you don't get somebody, leave a message.
368-5700. Okay, go ahead.
Correct. Or go to supportmyprc.com. And click on the banquet link, and you can sign up right there.
All right. Thank you, my friend.
Now, they can also donate worldwide on that link. Isn't that correct?
That's correct.
Okay.
They can donate, and even if they can't come to the banquet, it costs us about $500 to save a baby from abortion.
Right.
And if you think about that, a perfect creation in God's image, the parents spared this dreadful sin, all for $500. That's quite a bargain, and it's a tax write-off. So
yeah.
But if you can't do that much, it's cool. All together, we do this. So.
All right, thank you, my friend. God bless, and God bless Jane and everyone else who's trying to save babies. All right, thank you, buddy.
Amen.
All right, and so it's stuff that we do afterwards too. We're going to take a little break right now. We're going to come back with Laura Loomer. But I want you to also think about moms now who give who have abortions, and the haunting. Most of these women are haunted by the abortion, about their lost child. And it even gets to I've got this on my website, daveweinbaum.net. 8 quotes from mothers who had abortions. Oh my goodness,
it's sad.
It is so sad. And in one case, you've got the kids of the kids that are living saying, "Mommy, when we go to heaven, will we be able to find our brother and sister up there?"
Yeah.
Oh my God, they found out about her mom having abortions.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's got to haunt you till the end of your life, unless you don't care.
So if you know someone that's considering it,
yep,
get them to Pregnancy Resource Center.
Yes.
They'll help them in the 72 Center right next to Metro Business College.
There's no cursing going on there.
No.
None.
It's love and support.
Love and support, and they give you a way out. Anyways, call the show, 573-364-4433. Get it off your chest and win a free MAGA hat.
KKID Salem Rolla.
The Akar Real Estate sign in the yard is your first step to sold. Whether buying or selling, put the best team of realtors to work for you. Akar Real Estate is the top-selling real estate agency in 4 counties. They work diligently to make your real estate transactions happen. Independently owned and operated for over 12 years by Delek Akar, broker-owner. When you want results that move you, call the professionals at Akar Real Estate at 368-SELL. That's Akar Real Estate at 368-7355.
Sales results obtained from Maris Incorporated.
Why settle for the forecast when you can control it? Hartley's Climate Control is your locally owned heating, air conditioning, plus so much more company. Hartley's offers residential and commercial sales, service, and installation in the areas of heating and cooling, hearth and home, handyman services, and more to the Rolla, St. James, and surrounding areas. Call 573-368-3163 or visit them online at www.hartleyscc.com. Hartley's Climate Control, community born, community raised, community serving.
Hi, this is Sarah Weinbaum, massage therapist at Lavish Day Spa, formerly known as Terra Day Spa. Come visit me at our all-new location on North Bishop next to Steak and Shake. Come take your stress and worries away with our full-service salon and day spa, featuring discounts on Dermalogica and other skincare items offered with a purchase of a facial. New location, same number, 364-0905. Come sail away at Lavish Day Spa in Rolla.
Does your trip to the dentist office sound like this? If so, it's time to come see the friendly staff at Forum Dental, where they make dentistry simple and fun. Forum Dental is committed to patient satisfaction and high-quality dental care. So come to Forum Dental, where they do it all, from teeth cleaning and whitening to bridges and crowns and so much more. At Forum Dental, they make every dental experience a pleasant one. Forum Dental, working together to be better. Visit their website at forumdental.com.
Owning a business can be tough, and knowing what insurance you need can be confusing. Help is here with the Daniel & Henry Company. Daniel & Henry Company is an independent insurance broker providing a full range of risk management and insurance products and services for clients locally, nationally, and internationally. They find cost-effective solutions for your business and personal needs, from work comp, general liability, property and auto, and all points in between. Protecting your business is their business. Call Richard Boyette at the Daniel & Henry Company today, 314-444-5011. When it comes to investing, here's something to think about. First, are you satisfied with results? Has your advisor taken the time to learn your investment objectives and devised a plan for achieving them? If you answered no to any of those questions, it's time to call St. Louis money manager Lindbergh Capital Management at 314-416-0055. You'll quickly see the difference. They take the time to get to know you, learn your goals, and what's appropriate for you. Call Lindbergh Capital Management today at 314-416-0055.
Sydney's in Rolla reminds you to stop by and join in on the St. Pat's celebration, where they're making history by serving the official St. Pat's beer. Sydney's also offers great lunches and dinners. This Friday and Saturday, you get the 16-ounce hand-cut ribeye and 2 sides for only $14.99. See more on their Facebook page. For the best food and spirits, Sydney's is the best place to kick off your St. Pat's fun. Open Tuesday through Saturday from 11 until 1:30 a.m. Sydney's, 707 North Pine, downtown Rolla.
Follow me at daveweinbaum.net, at the Dave Weinbaum on Twitter, and streaming live on the Dave Weinbaum Show Facebook page.
We currently grant 1 million legal permanent residencies to people from around the world every year. The number of green card holders is expected to increase by 10 million by 2025. That's more than the current combined population of Dallas, St. Louis, Denver, Boston, Chicago, LA, and Atlanta. Now multiply that number by at least 3.5. Thanks to chain migration created in 1952 and expanded exponentially by Congress in 65 and 90, these new immigrants can sponsor their entire extended families, parents, spouses, adult children and their children, and siblings and their children. Princeton University found that recently admitted immigrants sponsored an average of 3.45 additional relatives each. An estimated 85,000 refugees and 20,000 plus asylees enter the country annually through an overwhelmed system so rife with fraud and abuse that the process is jokingly dubbed, quote, refugee roulette.
And I know it's not a really funny issue, but, you know, you got to make fun of some things. And I believe Stan's looking for something right now. Have you found it? Okay, hit it.
For open immigration, but that sign we have in the front of the Statue of Liberty, give us your tired, your poor, your huddled masses. Can't we just say, hey, the door's open, we'll take whoever you got? Do we have to specify the wretched refuse? I mean, why don't we just say, give us the unhappy, the sad, the slow, the ugly, people that can't drive, if they have trouble merging, if they can't stay in their lane, if they don't signal, can't parallel park, if they're sneezing, if they're stuffed up, if they're clogs, if they have bad penmanship, don't return calls, if they have dandruff, food between their teeth, if they have bad credit, if they have no credit, Mr. Spot Shaving. In other words, any dysfunctional, defective slob that you can somehow cattle prod onto a wagon, send them over, we want it.
I don't care what you say, that's funny. What do you know about funny? All right, we try to have a little laughter on this show. And
what do you know from funny, you bastard?
Hi there. Welcome to the Dave Weinbaum Show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Dave. Jim from Rolla.
Well, hi, Jim. How you doing?
Hey,
how do we offend you today? I haven't been singing, have I?
No, I'm doing fat and sassy, just a little heavy on the fat, though. But anyway, hey, I got to tell you something. I've been seeing this Muslim lady and her nonsense on Fox and all over the internet. I looked it up. It's illegal for her even to be in office. Were you aware of that?
Well, Laura Loomer raised some issues about her way back, and everybody, that's how she got taken off of Twitter, because she told the truth about her. But go ahead, what specifically was it besides marrying her brother?
Yeah, well, it's the Nationality Act, which was put into law June 27th, 1952. It's real easy to look up on Yahoo.
Okay.
And there's so many different. I'm looking at Yahoo right now. Here's one that says Muslims bylaw is prohibited from U.S. immigration. I mean, there's so much stuff in there. It's much longer than I'm allowed to talk to you about, but I'll tell you what, it's disgusting. She's cutting down the Jews. You know,
Well, she has no regard for anybody but fellow Muslims, and probably hates a lot of them too.
Yeah,
so,
makes me very angry. You know, I don't believe that we're putting up with this. But if you read a little further, you'll find out Obama, he knew that when he brought those people in here, and you know, we got another one that was on the. Well, I sent it to Stan the other day, but anyway, listen, I'm gonna. Do you know what happens when a frog's car breaks down?
A frog's car? You're big on these frog jokes, aren't you?
No.
Okay, what happens? I'll bite. What happens when a frog's car breaks down?
It gets towed away.
That's worse. That's worse than any joke I've ever told. Okay, all right. Thank you so much. Get off my phone. Oh my God, that's just so terrible. You got a Sicilian moment for us?
He's funny.
I need a Sicilian moment now.
Yeah.
There you go. I love that song.
There you go, boss.
There you go. I hear they made a statue of the original pharmacist. It was a drug bust. Forget about it. Yeah, that wasn't no El Chapo either, you know.
No.
I think that El Chapo made some contributions to Nancy, and Beto, and that's why they don't talk.
I'll bet a lot.
That's why they don't want to talk about no barriers, because that puts guys like me out of business, and we're in business to make some money. There you go. Don't forget about that, because we come get you. We pay our money. You better act. All right, that was me doing kind of the Godfather imitation, and that was a Sicilian moment. And now on the Dave Weinbaum Show, we have Cheryl Chumley.
I've paid my dues time after time. I've done my sentence, but committed no crime. And bad mistakes, I've made a few. I've had my share of bad kicks in my face, but I've come through. And I need to go on. We are the champions, my friends, and we'll keep on fighting till the end.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the online editor of the Washington Times, author, speaker, Novak Journalism Fellow, and the political analyst to the Dave Weinbaum Show, Cheryl Chumley. Got my live audience here. They know who you are. They know who you are. Yeah.
It's great to be here.
Okay,
Thanks,
well.
Dave.
Oh, man. Oh, hey. Hey, they came all the way down from St. Louis to hear this. How about that? This is amazing. Just incredible.
Awesome.
All right, Cheryl. Hey, Brennan, the ex-CIA head under Obama, thinks Mueller report will be out Friday. Other rumors have it coming out today. And there's going to be an indictment of at least one Trump family member. What do you think?
Well, to be honest, this whole Mueller report has fallen under my radar as I've been paying attention to Ilhan Omar's anti-Semitic statements and so forth. But I think I would love to have a look at the report, and I honestly think if it contained any bombshells, we would have known long ago.
I think that if this thing doesn't say anything about Hillary Clinton and the FBI problem with all the firings and all the insurance policies and the soft coup, this thing will be totally discounted and ought to be.
Yeah, I agree with you. And you know who else does? Congressman Jim Jordan. He's come out in fiery remarks, as he usually does, to be honest, the Ohio congressman. And he said essentially the same thing. You know, this collusion going on against the Trump White House. Well, how about the collusion between Hillary Clinton campaign, Hillary Clinton supporters, and Russia? And I really think that that's something that the American people outside of the far leftist and the Democratic Party, the American people as a whole, would like an answer to.
And just so we don't go too far over our skis, let's remind our audience that Schiff and Nadler, who basically have suddenly stopped talking about Russia collusion or the conspiracy that Mueller's investigating, they are now have investigated themselves or are investigating based on nothing. they're just, starting on their own, and they've sent out 81 notices to people that requesting all sorts of information, but there's no crime they're citing. There's no evidence that they're citing for any crime. So what do these people do?
Well, Congressman Adam Schiff still won't give up the ghost on the Trump-Russia collusion. He still thinks that there's a possibility that collusion may have occurred. And when we're talking collusion, we're talking illegal collusion, the type that Maxine Waters would love to nail to this administration, because then it would give her an actual reason to call for impeachment. But let's be real. The only reason that this is still going on is because of the media. If we were talking about Hillary Clinton and the roles had been reversed, then this would have died a long time ago, because the media wouldn't be discussing it any longer.
Isn't this just another way, though, to punish people that support Trump, that will probably get people not to support Republicans and or Trump in the future, because it's financially and mentally draining to them?
Well, I think to a certain extent that is true, because it basically serves to silence those who would speak up in favor of the Trump administration. When you have the media just pointing fingers at this White House as if they have no business having Trump in the White House in the first place, because he stole the election away from Hillary Clinton, which is what some on the left still to this day believe. When you have the media carrying forward that message on a weekly basis, it's hard to argue with insanity like that. And so what happens is you have the good people on the conservative side of things either fighting back loudly, or when that doesn't work, either just being silent about it and letting it go.
As you know, one of the anti-Semitic things that Ilhan Omar, Congresswoman from Minnesota, accuses Jews of doing is buying off Congress with a bunch of Benjamins. Now, who supports her? Where does she get her money? How much?
Yeah, I've written already, I think 3 pieces in the last couple of days about Omar's comments and remarks going back to 2012, when on Twitter she actually called the Jewish nation or Jewish people, I forget which one, but evil. And I think her comments coming out now need to be watched carefully, because I don't think it's as Nancy Pelosi says that, she doesn't know what she's saying. She kind of made these remarks and she didn't know the anti-Semitism that is contained within them. I think she does. I think she has a long history of making anti-Semitic remarks. And I think the fact that Democrats are kind of being wishy-washy on calling this out as anti-Semitism shows poorly on the Democratic Party, but it's also a danger for the direction America may be taking in the coming years.
Now, as a Christian and political analyst, what will happen to the Democrats if the Jews leave the Democratic Party?
Wow, that would be interesting, wouldn't it? Because I've watched over the years the Jewish people, particularly like Jewish community in New York City, follow the Democratic Party even during times where it would seem they wouldn't want to. For instance, when Barack Obama seemed to criticize Israel so sharply during his 8 years. So if the Jewish community were to abandon the Democratic Party, that would be huge. That would be almost as huge as if the black community abandoned the Democratic Party.
Hey, Cheryl, other than DaveWeinbaum.net, where can people find you?
Washington Times, of course, or CherylChumley.com, or come find me on Twitter at CKChumley.
Cheryl, I retired as a hand model when they put me out on waivers. Hand model, oh my God. All right. Jeez. Jesse got it. Finally, you got it. I tried it at home on Lisa, and it didn't work. So why was I thinking it wouldn't work with you guys? All right, I had to repeat myself. That's not a good joke. Anyways, thank you so much, Cheryl. You'll be thinking about that one for a while, won't you? Hey, listen, you have a great weekend, and it's always a pleasure to have you on the Dave Weinbaum Show.
Always a pleasure to be on. Thank you, Dave.
Thanks,
Have a good
Cheryl.
one.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hey, Jesse, thanks for saving me. He didn't. I did. I wonder if he got the joke, too. Or was just kind of saving my butt because it was crickets.
Waivers, yeah.
There was crickets. I mean, come on. Isn't that... Put me on waivers. I was a hand model.
Yeah.
And I quit because they put me on waivers? No, it's funny.
Okay.
Lisa didn't get it. She didn't like it. So,
I got it. I just didn't think it was that good. Not your best work.
Well,
Drew.
that's one of those jokes where you can turn it around. Where you can do stuff after the joke that makes it funny.
Go ahead, turn it around.
I just did.
Oh, missed that.
Did you listen to the laughter that Cheryl and Jesse had? Maybe it was fake laughter. I don't know.
I'm guessing you're right.
I'll take fake laughter any day of the week, too. What do you know about funny?
Well, we'll turn something else around here and get some funny going here.
Let's do it.
We will do what has never been done. Scan the household pet's mind to translate his thoughts into words. Now, the subject today will be my own dog, Max. Max, speak.
Woof, woof. Hi, I'm Max. It's me, Max. I like Park and Leash, and I like Trump. He's my man. Donald Trump is our president. He carried the Electoral College fair and square.
This can't be right. Did you know your dog likes Trump?
He doesn't.
I absolutely do. I know Trump has issues, but one big change is better than business as usual. The Dow is up 2,700 points since he was elected. What's not to like?
I'm sorry, but you're just a dog. You don't know what you're talking about.
Excuse me, Helen, but yes, I do. Stinking helmet. Can't believe you put this on me.
I can't believe you're saying this. You're supposed to be my best friend.
And as your friend, I don't want to see your tax dollars going to health care for illegals.
Explode. What about his record on women's rights? Don't you want me to have a choice over my own body?
You didn't afford me a choice when you cut off my balls.
That could, if you listen to that closely, that could be very painful.
Yeah, I would think, yeah.
Anyways, we're back on the Dave Weinbaum Show. No, we don't have any dogs in the room right this second, but you never know in this radio studio because they wander around here sometimes.
Well, they do, yeah. And try to take a dog to the vet after you've took them to the vet for that.
Once I went to the Key Largo, is that right? And I went to Hemingway's house, and I was the only one there. I mean, I was upstairs where he wrote. They've got all these cats, these feral cats that live there, that have lived there since Hemingway. And it was kind of neat.
Weird.
They all have 6 toes, and they're all related, and they just wander the grounds. Hi there, welcome to the Dave Weinbaum Show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Martin calling from Edgar Springs.
Okay, how you doing, Martin?
Oh, pretty good, I'll tell you. I just wanted to say, make no mistake, that woman knows exactly what she's saying.
Yeah,
and she's playing through to her assigned
And in case people picked up the phone or turned on the radio right now, which woman are you referring to?
I'm talking to the Muslim woman that they had this no frills, everybody's bad type of resolution against. I can't even pronounce her name. I have a genetic problem with names and enunciation. So my dad had that problem. Long story short. But, she knows exactly what she's doing. She knows exactly what she's saying. But I'll tell you, I have something I think I need to tell you.
What's that?
About, I was watching one of these shows, and it says What History Forgot. And they were talking about the embassy in 75 and us evacuating people out of it with helicopters and things like that. And there's such a big myth about that whole thing, but it ties into our day. Because they have run a myth, the media has, that war was going on until we got our people out of the embassy and got out. Our impact in the war and our effort in the war stopped after a heck of a 10-day bombing campaign brought them to their knees in 72. And they couldn't even get guys out on those anti-aircraft guns after 4 days. And within 10 days, they said, okay, let's stop. And they worked out an agreement with us. The North Vietnamese did.
Yeah.
And they were held in check because we could fly cover support for the South Vietnamese if they ever started coming south. When you mechanize an army, and then the other side mechanizes that army in a hot and humid environment, And you have a bunch of spoiled brat. I always felt like Patsy Schroeder gets elected in 74 with a bunch of others, and then they go in and they negate and override the president on his ability to even sell them spare parts.
Yeah.
Those things are going to break down. And they lined up on that border, and when they passed that law, and then they came south in 75. And I'm going to tell you something. We weren't fighting a war, but they try to make it look like we were driven down into Saigon, and then we were evacuating to the embassy. We were just getting our people out.
Yeah.
They made a cutting remark about why were these people all so worried about the communists. They all thought they were going to be killed.
Right.
Well, when we were there and we would vaccinate children, they would come in after we vaccinated them and cut the arms off of the kids.
Huh.
So why wouldn't they think that?
Of course.
And there were over 1 million died in Pol Pot's regime, and he took over in Cambodia.
Oh,
it
yeah.
was almost double that there in Vietnam when they took over. And they're trying to paint a picture that communism and socialism are way they're not the boogeyman.
Okay, my friend, you've made your point.
Yeah,
excellent points, and thank you for calling the show. You are eligible for a hat, I believe. Is he eligible? I think he is. Yes.
Yeah.
Martin, thank you so much, my friend. Have a great weekend. Appreciate the history. All right, and we've got what do we got now?
Wow, we've got some great callers.
Oh man, smart people call this show.
Man, no kidding.
You know, and just incredible.
You want to talk about do that interview you did on the road on the street?
Yeah. You know, we talked about this earlier in the show, and that was the New Deal thing, and I walked up to these guys in downtown Rolla, and they were together, and so here, listen up.
I'm here in the streets of Rolla, and I'm with Cletus and Clem, and I want to know what they think about the Green New Deal. What do you think about it, fellas?
Well, I like the idea myself. I heard all about it a little bit. Well, I just think green's good. You know, anything green is good.
Yeah, but, I don't know about that green stuff. They kind of might mess up your head sometimes.
Your pickup is green. What are you talking about?
Well, because I like my green pickup. That's what I'm talking about.
All right.
So you're okay with no cars, no pickup trucks, no planes, no fossil fuel, no jobs, tearing down every structure and rebuilding them. Then the elimination of all meat, including pork and prime rib.
Well, I was a little startled by their reaction, actually, because, whoa. I guess they just didn't realize.
Yeah.
And so the purpose of this, obviously, is that, well, maybe we should start thinking about the repercussions from some of this craziness. There they go. There they go. My God, they had a long run to their truck. I'll tell you that. Now listen to this. They still had the wheels screeching long after this. I'm surprised I could hear them. Man. Anyways, that was Clem and Clevis, and I don't know. Maybe they'll be like Diamond and Silk. Wouldn't that be cool?
Diamond and Silk is awesome.
I don't even know if they're related, but somehow I think they probably are. Yeah. Clem and Cletus,
Yeah.
out here.
They probably are.
They're cousins.
Yeah.
They're 10th cousins removed, or maybe even brothers from another mother.
I always had to watch who I dated because my family's related to the McElfreshes, the Halbrooks, and so I always had to be careful. In Salem, that's half of the population.
There you go. There you go. And me, Weinbaum, all my relatives are back in
Russia.
Well, a lot of them made it here, but not that many. Anyways, we're going to come back in a couple of minutes with the matchmaker, Deanna Lorraine. Let's do a break right now. Call the show after Deanna, 573-364-4433, and get it off your chest.
For the best in steaks, wine, and great conversation, visit Matt's Steakhouse. Matt's Steakhouse has banquet facilities for all of your event needs, from small office parties to large wedding receptions and everything in between. Matt's Steakhouse, open for lunch and dinner Tuesday through Saturday. Located on the Dillon Outer Road in Rolla, just east of exit 189. Call Matt's Steakhouse at 364-1220 to book your next event. For the best in steaks, wine, and great conversation. conversation. Visit Matt's Steakhouse.
Why settle for the forecast when you can control it? Hartley's Climate Control is your locally owned heating, air conditioning, plus so much more company. Hartley's offers residential and commercial sales, service, and installation in the areas of heating and cooling, hearth and home, handyman services, and more to the Rolla, St. James, and surrounding areas. Call 573-368-3163 or visit them online at www.hartleyscc.com. Hartley's Climate Control. Community born, community raised, community serving.
Come see the professionals at Brown Vet Clinic of Rolla, where they promise to place your pet's health and wellness above all considerations. They communicate openly with you about the individual preventative needs of your pet and help protect them from common infectious and contagious diseases while using the best available methods, no matter how big or small the animal. The staff is there to help you 24/7 and will get you an appointment as quickly as possible. Give Brown Vet Clinic a call today for all your animal needs. 364-1919.
It's been 35 years since Muffler Mart has opened their doors, and now you can come visit them at their new location on Highway 63 South, just across from Phelps County Fairgrounds in Rolla. Marty, Keith, and Carl combined have over 120 years of auto experience. Woo! Their name says Muffler Mart, but they do it all. So the next time you need work on your vehicle, head to the new location of Muffler Mart on Highway 63 South, just across from Phelps County Fairgrounds in Rolla. For appointments, call 364-5434. That's 364-5434.
Fixing your computer should be as easy as learning your ABCs, right? Wrong. The easiest way to fix a computer is to take a hammer to it, but that doesn't fix anything. So go back to the ABC basics, or really just the A, like an A1 Tech of Rolla LLC. A1 Tech takes the stress out of repairs for you with quick turnaround on all electronic repairs. With mobile pickup and on-site services, including evening and weekends, A1 Tech will be sure to have you up and running as quickly as possible. Give them a call at 458-9175 or visit a1techofrolla.com.
Moving, let's talk about Salem, Missouri and what we have to offer. We are located in the center of Missouri, center of the USA, with a great school system, college, beautiful country club. Rivers within 1 hour drive include Jack's Fork, Piney, Gasconade, Merrimack, and 2 state parks. If you're looking to enjoy life with recreation or just enjoy life, call VIP Properties, Pat Tackett Broker, 103 East 4th Street, Salem, Missouri, 573-729-7622.
Follow me at DaveWeinbaum.net, at The Dave Weinbaum on Twitter, and streaming live on the Dave Weinbaum Show Facebook page.
Every single Democrat said Comey should be fired, or worse if possible. Every Republican said everybody, in fact, when I fired Comey, I said, First Lady, I said, Melania, I'm doing something today. I'm doing it because it really has to be done. He's bad. He's a bad guy. That's been proven now with all of the emails and the text. I'm doing something that has to be done. But the good news? It's going to be bipartisan. It's going to be so popular. It's going to be bipartisan. Every Democrat hates him. Every Republican hates him. He did a horrible job at the FBI. Speak to the real agents, the real people, because the people in the FBI are incredible people, not the sleaze on top.
All right, we're back on the show. Barely. What did the guy want? He wanted to talk to the Moses Show?
Well, no, it was he wanted to promote a movie that's coming out called The Moses Show or something like that.
Oh,
anyway,
really?
I just said this is really a political talk show.
Yeah. Well, let him call and make arrangements for that. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, right.
Anyways, we're back on the show. We got, in a minute or so, we've got Deanna Lorraine, the Love Goddess, coming on, and I think we're going to play her song right now. Hit it.
Matchmaker, matchmaker, make me a match. Find me a find, catch me a catch. Matchmaker, matchmaker, look through your book and make me a perfect match. Matchmaker, matchmaker, I'll bring the veil. You bring the groom, slender and pale. Bring me a ring, for I'm longing to be the envy of all I see. For Papa, make him a scholar. For Mama, make him rich as a king. For me, well, I wouldn't tolerate if he were as handsome as anything. Matchmaker, matchmaker, make me a match. Find me a find, catch me a catch. Night after night in the dark I'm alone, so find me a match of my own.
We always want to sing
Hi,
along.
this is Deanna.
We always want to sing along with that song.
See, this is why, I'm trying to time things, and it's like, maybe in about 30 seconds she's probably going to call.
Right.
Because she did respond. I sent out warnings now. I sent out,
warning.
10-minute warning. And I have a little yield sign on it or something. I don't know. Workers at work. That there she is, I bet. I bet I know who this is. Hello. Oh, yes, I do know who it is. All right, let me introduce you properly.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, this woman is passionate about making love great again. She's an author, speaker, star of radio, blogs, and now with her own TV show on Blaze TV, the matchmaker to the Dave Weinbaum Show. Happy Women's Day to you, Deanna Lorraine. Hi, Deanna.
Oh, wow, it is Happy Women's Day.
Yes, how about that?
Okay.
And and you are a woman who represents a lot of women.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I am a woman.
Now,
hear me roar.
Last week you called right before your men's march, and that was at CPAC, and you were just running around like crazy. I know you were. So tell us about it. How did that work out?
It ended up being a lot of fun. We had a good turnout. There was probably 100, 150 people there. And we just had a lot of fun. Kaya Jones opened up. Omar Navarro and I, we actually...
Now, what idiot put Kaya Jones and you together?
What do you mean by that?
I think I referred her to you, didn't I?
Oh, yes. But no, we had been friends for a while.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we had known each other. We had met a couple times. She just wasn't being, she doesn't respond all the time. So
yeah.
I don't know if I think that your extra tweet maybe did the trick for her responding.
Okay, well, thank you for the little crumb of credit that you could give me. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
I think that your tweet helped. It was the magic touch.
Okay, good. Yeah, and
We
she
had
spoke.
that
She not only just sang at it, but she spoke at it too.
Well, yeah, I was actually hoping that she would sing the national anthem. That was kind of what we wanted her for.
Uh-huh.
But I guess she did not want to sing, so she spoke instead, and that was fine. We had a great. She had a great talk about men and how much she loves men and how much we need and appreciate our men. And then we had other speakers. We had Brandon Straka, the founder of the
Sure.
Walkaway movement, who's been all over the place lately. And,
If he's Jewish, maybe he could. Maybe he can do a bit for us, and have the walkaway movement called the Jewsict. The Jews exit from the Democratic Party. We need to get the hell out of there. My
I
God.
think that we need someone like that, don't we?
Well, absolutely.
Yeah.
Jewsict. Get the hell out of the Democratic Party, man.
I know. What are they doing being Democrats? It still perplexes me, to be
I
honest.
mean, it's so obvious now that the whole party's gone anti-Semitic, and there's a lot of Jews in the party. What are they thinking?
Exactly.
What must they be
Right,
thinking?
and they're against Israel somehow.
Oh, yeah, but it's not just that. They don't like... It's not... You know what? Martin Luther King once said, if you're against Israel, you're against Jews. Now, I don't know that I necessarily agree with that. I mean, you can disagree with a policy of a state without hating all Jews. But these particular women hate Jews. By what they've said, they call Jews evil. They believe in a book that says you're supposed to kill Jews and kill infidels. All right, and so let's not mince words here.
Yeah,
Muslim call up. Let me know where if the Quran doesn't say that specifically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it does. It does. I've read that.
And your buddy Nancy Pelosi cannot control this.
She needs a muscle on her mouth.
Well, no, she needs somebody to replace her, Deanna Lorraine.
Yes.
You are running, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Good.
I'm running, but the thing is, it's going to be a lot of work. If I really, really run and I really make this serious, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be an uphill battle, but it's a hill I'd be willing to die on.
All right. Have you talked to the rabbi?
I have not talked to the rabbi, and I'm going to call him today. Actually, it was.
You can't call him today because it's a Sabbath right now.
Oh, it's a Sabbath.
Yeah, call him late Saturday night. I mean, like the middle of the day Saturday should be. They'll be done with it. So okay, and let me know when you do. Okay.
I can't wait. Yeah.
The rabbi can give her some advice on running against Nancy Pelosi. You believe that?
Absolutely.
How about that? So Kathy Griffin, the comedian or so-called comedian, is woman of the year. Any suggestions from you?
Well, I think that if she is Woman of the Year, that the Democrats' bar for women is really, really, really low. I think that it's a little scary when Nancy or Kathy Griffin is Woman of the Year. I mean, what you can only go up from there, right? This is a bar that we're trying to teach our girls that they should strive to achieve. Someone who attacks the president, pretends to decapitate him, makes crude jokes, and looks like a troll. That's what we should strive to live up to? I don't think so. I think that we conservatives should have our own Woman of the Year. I think we should do that and have it really reflect a real woman and see what they say about that.
Yeah, and you would be one of the top candidates, if not the top candidate.
Because, thank you, Dave.
No, you really do a lot of good stuff for not just relationships, which is what you advertise yourself. You're very good politically, and so tell us about your new shows.
So my new show is called Winning the Culture War. Winning the Culture War with Deanna Lorraine. And I will be doing, dissecting these kinds of parts of the culture and the news, the top news stories of the day. But what I'm also going to be having, and I will be having guests on, interviews on, then I'm going to be having a segment where I'm doing my dating and relationship advice. So I'm going to go and kind of go back to my roots and actually give relationship advice and answer questions from viewers during that segment. And I'm going to have another segment where I'm going to have the opposition on. And I'm going to have a raging feminist on from everydayfeminism.com or from Bitch Media or any of these other kind of social justice warrior feminist magazines and prints. And I will have them on and we will debate each other. Because I feel like, why should I always just have people on that agree with me? That gets a little boring. I want to actually get into the minds of these insane people and see how they think and see if we can actually have some sort of a friendly debate.
So you think they will come on willingly?
I'm wondering if we have to sort of sugarcoat the message, or we have to lure them in with a honey trap, and kind of change the name of the show somehow. I'm not sure exactly how we're going to do it, but
I think it's great. I think you should.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of recruiting. I'm always trying to recruit liberals on this show, and I'm running out of them. Yeah, I'm running out of them. They won't call.
Because they don't want to come on, right? They don't want to come on.
Well, I don't know why. I mean, I'm assuming that they don't have a lot of good arguments. I used to get them all the time, but I've been right a lot more than I've been wrong about what's going on, and they're running out of things to say, I think.
Yeah.
So what are you going to do? Now, you got a lot of Democrats out there now whining about, and especially Kamala Harris, whining about the infants being separated from their moms while, they're caught bringing their children up to the border and support and they're saying this. They're so worried about these infants, and yet they support infanticide. I mean, does that make sense to you?
No, not at all. In fact, I tweeted about this week. I mean, how could she have the nerve to say that we need to protect infants at the border when she supports infanticide and late-term abortion? She only cares about these infants because they're going to be future voter Democrats. Mm-hmm. And if infants that were pre-abortion could vote, she would abolish abortion, I'm sure. But that's all that she cares about. It's so disingenuous And it's really, like, the fact that the Democrats can't see this double standard, the fact that they can't see this hypocrisy, really shows their lack of cognitive ability, I think, and that's pretty dangerous.
Well, it's all about power. And you see, they want 16-year-olds to have the vote now. Well, thank God these are 16-year-olds that survived the abortion epidemic and the after-birth abortion epidemic, the failed abortion epidemic, where they can go and kill the baby. I mean, so these kids have survived only to be in school from preschool on for the last 12 years of their lives, to be indoctrinated in what? Socialism. And so you get them quick before they learn about anything else, and they want the vote. It's an outrage.
Yes.
Now here's what Mark Levin says about those people.
Yeah.
How did you get through security, you creep? What are you doing in my country? Get the hell out of here, you dummy.
Well, Mark Levin wasn't talking, I don't think, to the babies.
No, he was talking to the libs. Never mind.
Okay, it was a great one. Thank you, Mark Levin. Yes, so we appreciate it. Yes.
Mark Levin.
Yes, and the president mentioned you a lot. All right, so other than Dave... Go ahead.
I was going to ask you, did you guys read all the articles that were published about Tribute to Men? There was the Daily Beast that was crept into our rally, and he wrote a nice article about it, and a few other, Huffington Post and Bustle.
No. Where can they find information on the march?
Well, if you Google Tribute to Men, then you should see articles about it, and you can look up Tribute to Men, HuffPost, or Tribute to Men, the Daily Beast. The Daily Beast, as left-wing as they are, they didn't cover it too bad, actually. It wasn't as bad. It was actually pretty accurate.
All right, well then, feeding on to that, other than DaveWeinbaum.net, where can people find you?
They can find me on Twitter at Deanna T. Lorraine, Instagram, Deanna T. Lorraine, and YouTube, Deanna Lorraine 7. We're trying to get all these uniform here. And they can, of course, get my book, Making Love Great Again, on Amazon.
Absolutely, great book. You got to buy it. You know, I have a relationship question. Now, Lisa Googled the most romantic wedding songs, and number 20 was Sucker. And so she went to number 1, and it was Murder on My Mind. Should I be somewhat concerned?
Yeah, I would. Make sure she doesn't take a life insurance policy out on you.
That's not happening.
There's an idea.
Yeah, there you go. See, now she's jiggy with this. All right, I'm getting a little nervous.
Laura Loomer says hi, by the way.
Here's what Dave says about that.
You want a piece of me?
Yeah. I'm just afraid I have to sleep sometime, don't I? All right. So, anyways. Deanna, thank you so much for being a star on the Dave Weinbaum Show, and you have a wonderful weekend.
You too, and Laura Loomer says hi.
Okay, well, she's going to be saying hi in about 20 minutes on the show. Yes, we all hang together, don't we?
Yes, we do.
We do. Thank you.
All right, you guys. Have a great time.
Thanks, Deanna. Appreciate it. You have a great weekend, too. All right.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, she's great. I tell you what, love her, love Laura, and Cheryl and all these gals out there, that are on the show. We got Amy Cooper Hakeem coming up pretty soon, too. But next we're going to have the Illuminator, Laura Loomer, and I want you to play extra. Let's see. Extra number 1, please.
All right.
So Stan's going to play this, and it's going to be Michelle Malkin, and hit it.
People like my friends Laura Loomer and Gavin McInnes, people like the Center for Immigration Studies, David Horowitz's Freedom Center. There's so many, and I don't want to start naming them because I know I'm going to forget. But go to michellemalkin.com because my latest column is about it. Many of you are in this room, and many have been forced to beg for money to help them fight in court to restore their reputations. Many have been barred from this room. And if you're out there, you should know that you are not alone. Nice is not enough. After 25 years of doing this in this business, as somebody in conservative media and activism, I have to tell you that the hardest lesson to learn is that logic and facts and appeals to decency and fairness are not enough. Bemoaning double standards is not enough. Ultimately, our future will not be secured in a Fox News anchor chair or a think tank office or at a cushy GOP retreat or on a cruise ship. The future is on the front lines.
Michelle Malkin, now Stan originally sent this to me. This was her CPAC speech.
Yes.
And she was on fire. Mm-hmm. You know, she's getting threatened by Twitter now as well. She's the only one that will go on Fox. She's a Fox News contributor. And she mentions Laura Loomer when they talk about the Women's March and all the other things Laura Loomer has done that has come to fruition right now. Fruition, isn't it? Not fruition.
Fruition.
What is that, a fruit plantation? Fruitation?
I don't know. Some of your words just crack me up.
How do you know about funny I'm trying to be? No, actually, I do. I make up, that should be a word, fruitation. They come to
Probably
be.
Is in California.
Come to be. Fruitation. Wait a minute. No, let's not
San
go
Francisco.
there. No, stop that.
Fruit
That's wrong.
plantation.
We're going to get calls. We're going to get letters.
I don't care. I'm not politically
Well, I know,
correct.
but this is the Dave Weinbaum show.
Oh, okay. I'll shut
I
up.
decide who gets politically correct, like me. Oh, you just turned mine off, didn't you?
No, I turned mine off.
Oh, okay. No, don't turn your mic off. What's wrong with you? All right, we're going to take a break right now, and then we're going to come back with Illuminator. You want to call the show and be eligible for a fantastic MAGA hat. MAGA hat. Make America Great Again hat. What could be wrong with that, okay? Call 5... What are you doing? Why are you clanging?
I'm eating.
Okay, so that's what I do when I want to drink. I clang my we have a fork that punches the limes in the vodka, and I do that. It drives her crazy. Anyways, call the show, 573-364-4433, and get it off your chest.
The Akar Real Estate sign in the yard is your first step to sold. Whether buying or selling, put the best team of realtors to work for you. Akar Real Estate is the top-selling real estate agency in 4 counties. They work diligently to make your real estate transactions happen. Independently owned and operated for over 12 years by Delek Akar, broker-owner. When you want results that move you, call the professionals at Akar Real Estate at 368-SELL. That's Akar Real Estate at 368-7355.
Sales results obtained from Maris Incorporated.
Reality check number 14. Getting a house loan shouldn't take longer than building your house. At Town & Country Bank, we have a solution for that. We know you're anxious to start building your dream home, so we make loans quick and easy. We don't have to send off to some big city for a decision. Your decision is made here, and your loan stays here. Town & Country Bank. Smart, friendly solutions. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Does your trip to the dentist office sound like this? If so, it's time to come see the friendly staff at Forum Dental, where they make dentistry simple and fun. Forum Dental is committed to patient satisfaction and high-quality dental care. So come to Forum Dental, where they do it all, from teeth cleaning and whitening to bridges and crowns and so much more. At Forum Dental, they make every dental experience a pleasant one. Forum Dental, working together to be better. Visit their website at forumdental.com.
When it comes to investing, here's something to think about. First, are you satisfied with results? Has your advisor taken the time to learn your investment objectives and devised a plan for achieving them? If you answered no to any of those questions, it's time to call St. Louis money manager Lindbergh Capital Management at 314-416-0055. You'll quickly see the difference. They take the time to get to know you, learn your goals, and what's appropriate for you. Call Lindbergh Capital Management today at 314-416-0055.
McDonald's presents the new Big Mac Bacon. But is the Big Mac lucky to have bacon, or is bacon lucky to land on the Big Mac?
The Big Mac is lucky. Applewood smoked bacon makes everything taste better. The Big Mac, Brussels sprouts, dry toast.
No. Bacon's lucky to be on the iconic Big Mac. It's fortunate to dip its toe in that delicious special sauce.
There you have it. Get McDonald's Big Mac with bacon, fresh beef quarter pounder with bacon and cheesy bacon fries. Is it the best thing to happen to our classics, or to bacon? Try for yourself and decide.
Only for a limited time at participating McDonald's. Fresh beef available at most restaurants in contiguous U.S. Not available in Alaska, Hawaii, and U.S. territories.
Sydney's in Rolla reminds you to stop by and join in on the St. Pat's celebration, where they're making history by serving the official St. Pat's beer. Sydney's also offers great lunches and dinners. This Friday and Saturday, you get the 16-ounce hand-cut ribeye and 2 sides for only $14.99. See more on their Facebook page. For the best food and spirits, Sydney's is the best place to kick off your St. Pat's fun. Open Tuesday through Saturday from 11 until 1:30 a.m. Sydney's, 707 North Pine, downtown Rolla.
Follow me at daveweinbaum.net, at The Dave Weinbaum on Twitter, and streaming live on the Dave Weinbaum Show Facebook page.
And yes, I'm looking at you, retired Paul Ryan. And yes, I'm looking at you, Mitch McConnell. And yes, I'm looking at you, Bush family. And yes, I'm looking at you, the ghost of John McCain. This unrelenting inflow of new green card holders, short-term foreign visa holders, legal temporary workers, refugees and asylees is supplemented by, of course, the 13 to 30 million illegal aliens who expect amnesty and chain migration privileges from Washington, despite breaking immigration laws governing everything from border jumping to ID fraud, benefits fraud, tax fraud, and marriage fraud, to human and drug trafficking, to employment rules, deportation orders, and visa overstayers.
And speaking about foreign countries, I want to report to you that in February, I was found in 38 countries. I think it's more, I think that might be a little bit light on it because I hit an amazing amount of cities. But here's the top 10 countries other than obviously the United States, which is number one. Number one other than United States, Canada. 2, Germany. 3, Brazil. 4, United Kingdom. That's England, basically, for those of you in Branson. 5, Australia. 6, the Philippines. 7, India. Thank you for Pia and not Pia. Yeah, Pia. She actually she does a little heavy lifting for me in India. Number 8, Israel. Thank you, Rabbi. And got several friends in Israel. 9, the Netherlands, which is an interesting place because a boxer got disqualified there. You know how, Stan?
How?
He hit him in the Netherlands. And then number 10, France. And a bunch of others. So top 10 cities. Now, we had, I don't know if this could be a mistake, because 210 cities in January, and then it more than doubles to 437 cities in February. But that's what he got. Number 1 city, other than places close to here, that would be New York City. How about that?
Wow.
Number 2, Chicago. Number 3, and how is this connected? I have no idea. East Lansing, Michigan. Number 4, Dallas. Number 5, why can't I? Oh, here it is. I can't read it. Oh, Boca Raton, yeah. where the Hakeems live. Number 6, D.C. Number 7, Kansas City. Number 8, O'Fallon. Number 9, Springfield. Number 10, St. Louis.
Back up now. D.C., yes. That's where Trump listens to us.
Well, there you go.
And his son.
Yeah. And they won't give me a job or anything. He just won't give me I don't understand why he won't give me a job. I would have straightened out his mess if he had originally appointed me as his attorney general. You think I would have recused myself? Anyone out there think I'm dumb enough to fall for that canard? I don't think so. But that's the way it is. By the way, if you want to go to England, there is no more free porn in the UK. No more. And obviously, it's not connected to any of the people here listening to the Dave Weinbaum Show. Adam Silver, NBA players are depressed. All right, they actually are. These guys are depressed. It's kind of sad. Yes, sir. Yeah. Well. Hi there. Welcome to the Dave Weinbaum Show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
I just wanted to wish you a happy birthday. I would never say in your case that you're fired, so I'll just say you're hired.
What? Again?
Well, he may have meant that
I think he was... No.
Tuesday is
He's
mine.
calling the Dave Weinbaum Show, not the Stan Hines Show, although it is your birthday.
Coming
up. I think he listened and he likes to play games. Stop playing games, Mr. President. Stop it. You've got enough on your list. You got enough battles to fight without, pushing around one of your good supporters, And what's up with that? You could have had me as Attorney General. You think I would have recused myself? There's no way.
No.
This thing would have been solved, and Mueller would have been gone. Mueller would not have existed because I wouldn't have let that happen.
I loved his impersonation on that. Said, I think I'll recuse myself.
Yeah.
That was pretty funny.
That was pretty darn funny. I agree with that. Call the show, 573-364-4433. Get it off your chest. Okay, in about 5-6 minutes, we're going to have Laura Loomer. Who are we going to have?
I thought you said Dr. Amy, but I'll have Laura Loomer ready.
No, I think I was advertising her at 11. Yes, I was.
All right.
Yes, and then we're going to do, we're going to have fun. You got any Sicilian moments lined up? Because we haven't only done one of those. You know, but I can go on. So, anyways, Adam Silver's NBA players are depressed. These guys are making zillions of dollars, but you know what? Money doesn't always solve depression, but it sure as hell makes it easier. I tell you, I mean, you can be. It's a lot easier to be depressed in a multi-million-dollar house and driving Mercedes Benzes and stuff like that, or having limos drive you around. So I don't know. What's wrong with these people? Well, everybody has problems like that. So what am I going to tell you? Let's hear from Mr. Sicilian.
Sometimes you have to put your foot down to get a leg up.
If you're going to kick somebody,
forget about it.
If you're going to kick somebody, you got to have balance. You can't be kicking nobody in the face unless you have balance. And you're going to fall down and you don't have no balance. Sometimes you have to put your foot down to get a leg up, baby.
One leg, they call it Eileen.
One leg, and you're vulnerable. I see these guys do it in the cage matches, but the old Sicilian way is we have a foot planted, and then we plant one on you. So don't forget about that. It's a good tip. All right.
Yeah.
We're back on the Dave Weinbaum Show, and call the show 573-364-4433. Get it off your chest. And I've got Laura Loomer coming on in another 4 or 5 minutes.
How about that song you sang? Sing a song?
Yeah. Right. I almost forgot that. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is a song I made up in like 15 minutes yesterday, and you cannot believe how good it is. And you're going to love this. Go ahead and play it, Stan.
The Saga of Michael Cohen. Well, I've never been to Prague, but I've been to the garden, and I've never begged Trump, but my lawyer asked my pardon. Ain't gonna give up, never gonna fess up, I'm an F up. Well, I've never been to Prague, but I've been to the garden. I've never begged Trump, but my lawyer asked my pardon. Ain't gonna give up, never gonna fess up, I'm an F up. Yeah, I've never been to jail, but I led the Trump race. Now I'm out on bail, then it's Leroy I'll embrace. Ain't gonna give up, never gonna fess up, I'm an F up, I'm an F up.
I think I'm ready for prime time. What do you think, Stan?
Oh no.
Yeah, live. Hi there, welcome to the Dave Weinbaum Show. No, who's laughing?
I don't know who that is.
Is that the caller?
I think it might be the caller.
Oh, that's wrong.
Is the caller there?
Yeah, you'll be sorry. Hi there, welcome to the Dave Weinbaum show. What do you want?
Yeah, I just lost my grits and gravy over that one. That's my word.
Yeah, okay. This is Lee. This is Lee from Richland. I recognize that voice anywhere.
Hey, all this green stuff everybody's wanting to do, and have all these golf carts running up and down the highway and all this stuff, and get rid of our air conditioners and all this stuff. Well, my thought is if everybody starts plugging their golf carts in when they get home from work, what's it going to do to the electric grid system?
I don't know, but I'm not losing my golf cart. I'd be running along with Clem and what's his name, Cletus down there and screaming and yelling and panicking. You don't touch my golf cart.
I talked to one of the guys from the electric co-op, and they talk about this area would normally be able to handle something like that. If you get an area like California and stuff like that, I mean, when they have brownouts because of air conditioning coming in the summertime or blackouts, you get everybody plugging in their golf carts when they get off of work.
Yeah.
I mean, the electric system ain't going to be able to handle it.
Well, yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah,
because you got to charge your golf carts like you would an electric car.
Yeah, everybody's doing that at one time because they're not wanting to wait 13 hours. They're going to want to get a little charge out of it so they can run out and go to the bar or whatever and come back. And you get all these surges on electric at one time. I mean, first of all, the electric lines may not be able to handle all that juice at one time. That's going to take you get
another problem with the Jews? You got another complaint about the Jews? Is that what it is? Oh my God!
Oh my word! Shalom! No.
You know where you can stick that chauffeur. Anyways, you can stick a chauffeur up that it. I don't want to go there. I don't want to go there. I'm gonna let this go.
Put on a chance to win the MAGA hat.
Anyways, you got a chance to win the MAGA hat, and I will forgive you for your for your nonsensical criticism of my singing.
I'll be there on the other side of the table up there at the Pregnant Resource Center, and you'll have to behave yourself.
Maybe
there.
I should go up and sing. What do you think?
No, please.
Well, they already signed up. They can't leave.
I'll give a donation just for you not to sing.
All right, well, that might be an idea. All right, there we go. Major fundraiser right there, baby.
Yeah,
thanks for the idea, Lee.
Yeah, okay.
I'll sing especially bad for that, all right?
No, have your girl sing.
My girl?
Yeah,
who's my
did you
girl?
hear her on the Sydney commercial? She had her debut today.
Hey, she does not know about the girl.
Hey.
Okay, come on.
Hey.
That's my fiance. She doesn't know about the girl. Leave it alone. Come on. Shh. Stop it.
We're going to talk.
See you later. Adios.
All right, thanks for putting pressure on me like that.
You're going to have to upgrade that GPS thing.
Anyways, we're going to hear from Laura Loomer right now, and I think I'm going to get beat up during this interview. Call 573-364-4433. Get it off your chest.
KKID Salem Rolla.
Ladies and gentlemen, conservative investigative reporter permanently banned from Twitter and PayPal. Why? Because she's effective. The Lois Lane to the Dave Weinbaum Show, the Luminator, Laura Loomer. Well, they might not like you there, but they like you out here in the middle of Missouri. Yeah, Doolittle and Branson, and wow, that's just amazing. Oh, now they're from St. Louis and Chesterfield and all that. Wow, cool. Yeah. Not bad. Laura, Should President Trump sign an executive order to shut down federal funding for colleges who deny conservatives free speech?
Yeah, I think it's wonderful. He made that announcement at CPAC this week, and I think it's very exciting because why should universities be receiving taxpayer funds if they're just going to discriminate against and fight violence against conservatives and not allow for conservative speech to take place on campus?
Based on what you've seen recently, would you say it's about time for Jews to leave the Democratic Party?
Definitely. I mean, it's been a long time coming. And I don't understand, I've said this multiple times on your program, how any Jew could be a Democrat. I view it as a severe form of mental illness.
Yeah, and did you ever think, even in your wildest imagination, that Ilhan Omar and Rashid Tlaib would be this brazenly anti-American, anti-Semitic, and pro-ISIS?
Yeah, they're Muslim. I've warned everybody about this.
Yeah.
This is what happens when you put Muslims in positions of power. I mean, I don't understand why everyone's so surprised. It all comes down to the fact that they're Muslim. All you have to do is pick up the Quran and read it, and you see that the Quran has more Jew hatred in it than Hitler's Mein Kampf. So why would I be surprised? You know, I've studied Islam. I've studied the Quran. They're Muslim women. Did people really not see this coming from a mile away?
And if Muslims believe in the Quran, they have to believe this, right?
Exactly.
It's enforced.
Yeah, well, like I said before, this is what happens when you put Muslims in positions of power. And people may think that sounds like kind of harsh to say, but it's because people in this country have been brainwashed into thinking that these people are capable of representing our values and our systems as Americans and following the United States Constitution. But as you know, if you look at it from an ideological standpoint, and that's what Islam is, right? It's an ideology above anything else. It's a very supremacist ideology in which they force those who don't accept Islam to either be killed or to submit and pay some type of tax, right? The jizya. So why would I be surprised that these women are now abusing their positions of power after stupidly being appointed to Foreign Affairs Committee and other committees in Congress to try to commit a second Holocaust from the halls of Congress? I mean, that's what they want at the end of the day. They'd love nothing more than to watch the Jewish people be eradicated. They'd love nothing more than to use their positions of power to, help incite violence against Israel. That's why they parade around the halls of Congress with jihadists like Linda Sarsour and designated terrorist organizations like CARE. Right. That's why Rashida Tlaib invited, very notorious Hezbollah and Hamas activists as her guests. That's what they want at the end of the day.
So
and soon we're probably going to be seeing violence in the streets. We're going to start.
Well, we're starting to see it already. I mean,
you're starting to see the result of putting Muslims in positions of power.
You're definitely seeing it. You're seeing it in Europe. You're seeing it in London. You're seeing it in France. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's a global movement, and these people signal to each other, right? And so when America is viewed as the strongest country in the world, right? And Islamic individuals around the world witness the infiltration and subversion by two Muslim women into our government positions, well, it empowers them, and they're signaled to, commit more acts of jihad and to spread Sharia. And that's what they want. They want global Islamic domination. Well, and it's imperative that Nancy Pelosi remove these women from their positions.
It's not going to happen. You know that's not going to happen, right?
They never should have been elected.
Right.
They never should have been elected.
Right. And if people listen to you, they maybe would not have been elected. Okay.
Now Americans are shaking their head, wondering what's going on.
Exactly. And it's not just anti-Israel. They're pro-ISIS. They're anti-Christian. They're anti-American. They're anti-constitutional.
Yeah, they're anti-American, they're anti-Christian, anti-Jewish, but as history has shown us, what starts with the Jews never ends with the Jews, right? So, I mean, they're just teaming up, and they're using the Jewish people as the punching bag, because throughout history, the Jews have always been the punching bag. That's why there's only 15 million Jews left worldwide, right?
Is it going too far to say that Louis Farrakhan is the de facto head of the Democratic Party and has been since 2008?
No, I mean, I think that's pretty fair to say. I mean, look, we saw how the media tried to suppress and cover up the pictures of Obama smiling giddily with Louis Farrakhan having a grand old time with, the commander, the anti-Semite chief, right? But yeah, no one wants to condemn it. And now you have the ADL, which is led by Jonathan Greenblatt, who worked for President Obama and has never once condemned President Obama for meeting with Louis Farrakhan and taking pictures with him. How do you have a guy who's supposed to be in charge of the country's largest organization that raised $50 million last year, which is supposedly supposed to condemn and confront and expose Jew hatred in America? How do you have that when he himself worked for Obama, who was arguably a Muslim, right? I mean, we can't get around the fact that.
Well, why did he hide the picture of him and Louis Farrakhan? Why did they hide Reverend
Why has
Wright?
he never condemned the photo? Why has he never condemned the photo?
Sure.
Right? The Jewish people in this country are being led to the gas chambers by the Democratic Party and these left-wing Jewish organizations that claim to support Jewish individuals and to be pro-Israel and to be against anti-Semitism. But they are exactly the opposite. You cannot claim to be against Jew hatred and jihad and Sharia in America when you are partnering with groups like CARE, which have been found to have been tied to Hamas during the Holy Land Foundation terrorism trial. Okay? It just doesn't work this way.
So you've been piled on so much that you had your press credentials confiscated at CPAC. Why was Matt Schlapp piling on there?
Well, look, a lot of these Republicans, they don't have a backbone. You see how Fox News recently, yesterday, the DNC announced that they're not going to allow Fox News to participate in the Democrat debates. Well, CPAC, they're concerned with trying to play nice with everybody. And so they allow these left-wing agitators to come in who falsely accuse me of harassment simply because I ask a question. And then they ban me at a conservative conference.
Yeah, but
so
Van Jones got center stage. Van Jones got center stage with Matt Schlapp, an announced communist. Exactly.
Yeah, why would Matt Schlapp care, though? He was a never-Trumper. His wife denied the Angel Mom's visitation with Trump. They've got millions of dollars. I heard they just bought a fancy $3 million house in Virginia. Why would they care? They're rich. They don't care about the American people. It's all about lining their pockets at the end of the day, right? Because these people really, truly cared about conservative values, then they would have kept me instead of Oliver Darcy from CNN and Jared Holt, who's just a smear merchant from SPLC.
I'll tell you what, I was actually watching the President's CPAC speech thinking that you were in the room and that he was going to say something about you. But that wasn't to be, was it? So, very sad about that. Hey, other than DaveWeinbaum.net, where can people find and contribute to you?
You can find me on my website at lauraloomer.us, and you can go to the donate button at the top of my page, and all the information is there as to how you can support my work, because I'm independent. The establishment media doesn't pay my bills, and I'm not on George Soros' payroll.
Well, that's good to know. That's good to know, because I know you're struggling out there, and you've always been right. Even when I check up on you, I think I've never found that you were wrong about stuff. Anyways, do you know what? What do you call a Jew in Greenland?
I don't know.
Iceberg. Mm-hmm. Ladies and gentlemen, Laura Loomer, the Illuminator. Watch her, and hopefully Trader Jacko is going to call him. But Jack Dorsey will put her back on Twitter soon. So anyways, thank you so much, Laura. You have a great, great weekend.
Thanks, you too. Bye.
Bye-bye.
All right. Laura the Illuminator, Loomer, on this show. She does a lot of interviews. She's not on Twitter anymore. But, Jack is out there spouting stuff. This is Jack Dorsey, the alleged owner of Twitter, or the founder of it. We think that a Saudi Arabian prince has more stock than he does, and possibly thus the anti-Semitism and pro-Muslim features on Twitter. But he says, we've been too tough on conservatives. Okay, so what are you going to do about it? You let Laura Loomer back on Twitter.
Yeah.
Okay, it's free speech. And you got Louis Farrakhan still on Twitter. Ilhan Omar's on Twitter. Rashid Tlaib still on Twitter.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, come on. Even David Duke is now backing Ilhan Omar. That's incredible, isn't it?
Well, at least he's not backing Trump anymore.
Well, yeah, that's true. All right, so we're clear on a bunch of stuff, and I think it's time to take another break. But I want you to call the show and give me your information and make yourself available. I mean, not your information. No, we don't want your papers. We want your intellect. We want you to talk. Wait a minute. Either way, I make that sound bad, don't I?
Yeah. You don't sound like
I live with a German. I live with a German. What can I tell you? What are you looking at? You know what you are.
Ask him wie geht's. Was ist mit du?
And you order me around. I make a move to get up off the couch, and you say, "Where you going? What are you doing?" I mean, is that true?
It's true.
Well, why do you do that?
Well, because you so rarely move.
Oh, that's not true. That's what are you checking to see whether I'm dying? I'm rolling off the couch.
I need
my
to know.
last breath.
I need to know.
Oh, I'm not going to tell you that. Anyways, call the show 573-364-4433. Make yourself available for the MAGA hat. Give me some information, and we'll all be happy this weekend. How's that? Get it off your chest.
95 years of serving families in the Rolla community. This is Rick Miller at Null & Son Funeral Home. For a business to be successful for 95 years takes hard work, determination, respect, and compassion for the community and the families we serve. This year, Null & Son Funeral Home proudly celebrates our 95th anniversary. 95 years of providing the finest funeral service, always at an affordable cost. It has been our honor to serve your family.
When it comes to making travel plans, Trips and More Travel Agency of Rolla has skilled agents to help you plan that perfect getaway. With over 27 years of combined experience, the agents are dedicated to providing you the highest quality of customer service, specializing in custom travel, family vacation, and destination weddings. Trips and More can make your vacation unique and fun. Stop in today at 116 West 8th Street in Rolla or call 341-3300. That's 341-3300.
Price Chopper in Rolla for the best quality products and the freshest produce in the area. With a full-service deli, bakery, and butcher cafe, you can feed the whole family with ease. Cold cuts to sushi, barbecue, and a huge salad bar. Kick back and relax and enjoy your lunch in our dining room, located in Forum Plaza on Forum Drive in Rolla. Don't forget to sign up for a rewards program and save money on groceries today. For orders and catering, give them a call today at 573-364-1771. Open 7 days a week, 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. Price Chopper in Rolla.
Welcome to the greatest rock and roll show on earth. Tonight's feature is Melrose Asphalt and Quarry, featuring their greatest hits, guaranteed low prices, guaranteed work, and their #1 hit, locally owned and operated. So call and get your tickets to the greatest rock and roll show on earth. Melrose Asphalt and Quarry, 364-9101. That's 364-9101. Melrose Asphalt is a local business and not an actual rock band.
Every business needs just the right sign to get people into your business. Missouri Neon Outdoor is here to help. Missouri Neon Outdoor has been family-owned and serving the Ozarks for 80 years. Outdoor advertising remains one of the most cost-effective ways for businesses to build awareness and drive customers to their door. And they offer billboard coverage in over 25 counties in southwest Missouri. Missouri Neon Outdoor has an expert creative staff that can design a great look for you. Call today for available locations in your area. 1-800-788-1778.
Cox Brothers Service Company, located in St. James, is there when you need them. Cox Brothers staff is focused on delivering professional restaurant and refrigeration equipment, services, and installation to the local service areas and beyond. Keep your business running right with the professionals at Cox Brothers Service Company. Give them a call at 573-368-4083. And as always, they thank you for your continued support and patronage.
Follow me at DaveWeinbaum.net, at The Dave Weinbaum on Twitter, and streaming live on the Dave Weinbaum Show Facebook page.
So we fired Comey and Schumer, who called for his resignation many times. Podesta, I believe that day, because he still hasn't gotten over getting his ass kicked, okay? I believe that day called for his resignation. That day, Podesta, the great genius of campaigns, he called for the Comey resignation. Others, almost every, I would say, Mark, would you say virtually every Democrat, I can't think of anybody that said he's doing a good job. So I said to Melania, the good news, this will be a popular thing. And I fire a bad cop, I fire a dirty cop, and all of a sudden the Democrats say, how dare he fire him?
There you go. And what were you doing? Playing on the phone, and you got caught.
Yeah, sorry.
All right, it's okay, no problem. We're back on the show, and just to beleaguer you a little bit more, then I'd like you to press extra number 2 because we'll hear more about Mueller, whose report is supposed to come out tonight, according to John Brennan, the ex-head of the CIA. We're supposed to see indictments of some of the Trump family.
Oh, really?
Yeah, isn't that something? So I want you to hit that extra 2, please.
Now, Robert Mueller never received a vote, and neither did the person that appointed him. And as you know, the Attorney General says, I'm going to recuse myself. And I said, why the hell didn't he tell me that before I put him in? How do you recuse yourself? But the person that appointed Robert Mueller never received a vote. Robert Mueller put 13 of the angriest Democrats in the history of our country on the commission.
And as I said to Cheryl Chumley, this report could really devastate not only the Republicans. The hints are that it's not going to say much. Mm-hmm. All right, and so this destroys the whole narrative that the Democrats have been saying since the election. And we know there was investigations going on at least from July on by the Obama administration. That's 2016, before the election. We know this because the FBI told us that this was going on, that there was investigations. McCabe told us. He opened a counterintelligence investigation on Donald Trump based on the dossier. Okay, that was it. The Democratic, and tell me you didn't know that it was funded by Hillary, please. I mean, who believes that garbage? So here's the problem with the Mueller report. Without preparing us for great indictments and conspiracies and all sorts of knowledge that Trump is an evil guy, and then you got to wonder also he's running for office in 2016. And he's, July or whatever, they find evidence of him, of there's collusion in his campaign. Why wouldn't they go to him and say, Mr. Trump, still independent citizen at that point, running for president, can you help us out? We think there's a problem with your campaign. And they didn't do that, apparently. They were spying on the president. President Obama was spying on not President Trump, Citizen Trump and his campaign. Wow, you would think Obama would be above that, wouldn't you? Not. He snuck $150 billion of whose money? Our money to Iran. Did he tell Congress now?
Wonder how that got distributed.
Yeah, on pallets.
Yeah.
Flown in. Cash, exactly. So, if Mueller's report comes out today, and it has no mention of this stuff, and there's no mention of the obvious crimes that Hillary has committed,
right,
and all those emails she shredded, 33,000 of them, each one maybe carrying a different felony count.
Right.
We're talking thousands and thousands of years in jail. Because each one was a potential espionage problem for Hillary. Felony. Each one that carries a felony with it. It wasn't her property. It was government property.
Right.
All right. We don't hear anything about that. You could have a revolution. I think this country's heading for a revolution anyhow. And, I don't know if that's my perspective or anyone else got a thought about that. Give me a call.
Well, I think I was watching one of those video things that people send around, and they said if they try to take someone's guns, there'll definitely be a revolution.
Well, and that's what they want. The Democrats have a gun bill out there. It's not going to pass right now, but, you elect your Democrats back to Congress, and you get a Democrat president, and this country's screwed. Think about what would happen if Hillary were president right now. Holy cow. Anyways, what are you
going to do if Hillary wins? And that's easy, because if Hillary wins, I am back, and there will be no rules. First lady, yes, please. Second lady, why not? Third lady, keep them coming.
There you go.
That's what'll happen.
Well, that too,
Yeah.
That would be the least of our worries right there.
Right.
Well, of course,
we look at it like that. Like, if the Democrats were all back in again, look what they could do. But they were all in back when Obama was in office.
Yeah,
and they didn't change the gun laws then. And just like we were all in before this last election, and we didn't change nothing neither. I mean,
you have to remember what the Democrats did was in the first couple years. What did they do? They did 100% health care, Obamacare.
Well, yeah, that's
and
true.
They didn't get around to doing all this other crap. All right,
yeah.
And they did it because they controlled the Congress.
Right.
2010, people replaced them both in the House and the Senate. They couldn't do any of that stuff, and you had the Republicans even gained more in the 2012 election and 2014 election.
Right.
So they really stymied. That's when Obama was calling all these, what did he call? Emergencies.
Oh, yeah. Well,
he was saying, I got a pen and I got a phone.
Yeah, exactly.
So how does that relate to what's going on right now? I mean,
I don't get it.
To this one emergency that Trump calls and everybody's having a fit.
Yeah.
And we know we've got an emergency there. It's pretty obvious.
Yeah, drain the swamp.
All right. Anyways, coming up, we've got Dr. Amy, and I'd love your phone call, 573-364-4433. Make yourself eligible for a Make America Great Again hat, and, get it off your chest.
Now, if you feel that you can't go on, because all of your hope is gone, and your life is filled with much confusion, until happiness is just an illusion, and your world around is crumbling down, darling, reach out. Come on, girl, reach out for me. Reach out for me. I'll be there with the love that will shine for you. I'll be there with the love that will see you through.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Pixie Pacer, author, motivational speaker, expert on bad bosses, and the official shrink to the Dave Weinbaum Show, Dr. Amy Cooper Hakeem. Wow, they're getting to like you. I see people from all over the state. There's a few from southern Florida, but Florida. You sent up some of your relatives, I see. Now they're coming from up north. Iowa, Minnesota. Wow, Detroit. And you have relatives in Detroit too, don't you?
I do.
There you go. And they all showed up just knowing that you'd be on the Dave Weinbaum Show. All right. How can failure be better than winning? I'm confused by that.
Well, I think we have this mindset that we have to all win, we have to all be the best, and everybody needs a gold trophy. And in fact, when we fail, we learn what to do differently so that when we're placed in that same situation, we make a different choice the next time, ultimately leading to a win. And that concept of resilience is truly so important. I think when we focus too much on perfection and we encourage our children to always be perfect, to always get the trophy, to always be getting a score of 100, never looking for a red mark on a paper, what happens is we have that mindset that we are the best and that we are better than others. And that's not necessarily a healthy approach, and it's not going to be true. You can always learn and even relearn when even learning something that you've mastered. So those who are truly skilled are always working to perfect their skill even more.
Now,
And
you're not talking about just giving kids a trophy for not winning, are you?
That's what they do nowadays. Yep.
I know, but that's real bad, isn't it?
That's horrific. It's horrific. I think that's people live that way. They expect it. And what they do is then they then train their children that this is what is expected in today's world, and you are a winner, and you can. I was actually listening to someone, a high school age student, who said something like, I don't say that I want to sing. I am a singer. And I looked at this child, and he was speaking in front of a large group, and I thought, goodness gracious, who taught this child that message? Because truly, everyone isn't a singer. We may appreciate music, we may like a particular song or hope to be a great singer, but we have to actually have either the innate ability to sing or the skill and the training and the practice to be a good singer. So I just think that it's a big mistake that we're making in society today at large. Just assuming that you have to be perfect and that people will then say perhaps that you are perfect even if you're not. And that's where we get those gold trophies for everyone, even if everyone isn't the winner.
What an
so we
interesting
need to remember
analogy.
that
What an interesting analogy. I just cut a song. Didn't I, Jesse? You did. Oh, and I say I'm a singer. I don't care what everyone else says. Doesn't make a difference to me. Hey, great. I want you to comment on this. Great things never come from comfort zones. Is that true?
I mean, I think that they can. It could be that we are, we create something great from just what happens to be comfortable. But in general, the things that we truly appreciate more are those things that we work harder for. And sometimes at the end of the day, when we're reflecting back on, say, a great win, it's not necessarily winning. It's the process that we took to get there that we truly appreciate and love and want to do again. And I think that's the key to true success and to having a mentality where we are willing to learn and grow is when we appreciate the process and not just the end result.
But a lot of times we don't feel good going into battle. There's a lot of tenseness. There's a lot of worry. There's a lot of plannings. There's a lot of stiffness in how you're going to approach things. And when we win, you never forget important wins like that. Never.
Sure. Never, ever. And it really builds character. It is something that, we talk about a badge of honor. You get another badge on that badge of honor when you go through something like that. And that's it's something that, that you work hard at. And we remember, for instance, when we've misstepped and how we made things right. We remember when we failed and what we did to make that right so that we could do better the next time. My dad used to always tell me that we either fail to learn or we learn to fail.
Hey, can we ever be okay with personal mediocrity?
Yes, we can. I think it is super important. And I think it really goes nicely with what we were just talking about, because when we think about the idea, we don't have to be perfect at everything. It's okay to be mediocre and to embrace that and recognize perhaps maybe that same child who said he is a singer, like this great singer, maybe he just enjoys music. It's okay to not be a star athlete, but still be on a team and be that supporting player. It's okay to just do something because you enjoy it and for no other reason. And I think when you're actually able to truly embrace it, then you get more happiness out of life because you're not necessarily trying to always perform or overperform or outperform. You're just going to enjoy. And that's good and that's healthy. And when we can do so, we shouldn't be mediocre when it comes to the things that truly matter to us, like, say, relationships with others, especially loved loved ones. But when it comes to perhaps a hobby or an area of school where maybe a child isn't as strong, if we're able to say, you know what, it's okay, I'm going to do my best, but I don't have to be perfect, we end up helping ourselves to free our mind and our emotional taxing for things that really matter and are much more important.
I don't know. Here's my opinion on that. My opinion is, you're going to fall short a lot of the time. But every time you do something, especially the same thing that you screwed up before, you try to do it a little better. You just a little bit here, a little bit there, and show some progress.
Oh, I think I agree with you. I think we should try our best to move forward, even if we are at that mediocre level. But I'll give you an example of why I think, personal mediocrity is fine and maybe even good. When I was in high school, I was pretty academic, but I was one of those students I didn't really have to study, and I just, it came easy to me. But I loved the theater and music and being in plays and all that, but I also really liked sports, just was not very good, at all. And I was in a small school, so I could play on these sports teams, but I was definitely not going to start. And I definitely wasn't going to be a star player. And I could try really hard, but I would have run myself into the ground working more so. But it doesn't mean I wasn't trying to improve and I wouldn't be better at the end of a season that I might have been at the beginning. But I think the idea of being able to free yourself to do something even if you're not going to be a star is actually sometimes very, very enjoyable.
I have to comment on something we talked about last week, which was road rage. It's a short trip from road rage to restraining orders. That's all I got to say about that. We got to watch out for that. So let me ask you this, Dr. Amy. Other than DaveWeinbaum.net, where can people find you?
You can find me on amycooperhakeem.com, cooperstrategicgroup.com. My book, Working with Difficult People, is sold anywhere books are sold. It's also on ebook and audio. And definitely reach out if I can be of help.
Dr. Amy, I was going to be a psychic, but there's no future in it. Ladies and gentlemen,
Dr.
Amy Cooper Hakeem. Thank you so much, Dr. Amy. You have a great weekend. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Hi to Elad and the kids. Thank you.
You got it.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
It's hard keeping up with these smart people that I got on the show.
She is smart.
Yeah, she's smart, and her husband's smart, Elad, have him on and off, and Cheryl Chumley's brilliant, and Deanna Lorraine's very smart. And Laura Loomer's very smart.
Well, that's why they're listening.
I believe
over
so.
The world.
I believe so. I think the concept is to have people that are smarter than you on the show and their fiance.
Yeah.
Were you listening? Or?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Just kidding. I was kidding. No, believe me, you're smarter than me.
What?
You're smarter than me. You see more in me than I see in me.
I see a lot, honey.
I know, you see a lot. Delusional, maybe, but, hey, we'll take it. All right, call the show, 573-364-4433. And, you still got about, 10, 12 minutes to win the fabulous MAGA hat. And we had one caller said, I want to win the MAGA hat. He hasn't called back.
No, they haven't.
So, you still got time. We'll throw, we got names on the hat right now, and going to do this in about 10, 12 minutes or so. So call the show, 573-364-4433. Get it off your chest.
Hi, this is Sarah Weinbaum, massage therapist at Lavish Day Spa, formerly known as Terra Day Spa. Come visit me at our all-new location on North Bishop next to Steak and Shake. Come take your stress and worries away with our full-service salon and day spa, featuring discounts on Dermalogica and other skincare items offered with a purchase of a facial. New location, same number, 364-0905. Come sail away at Lavish Day Spa in Rolla.
Owning
Running a business can be tough, and knowing what insurance you need can be confusing. Help is here with the Daniel & Henry Company. Daniel & Henry Company is an independent insurance broker providing a full range of risk management and insurance products and services for clients locally, nationally, and internationally. They find cost-effective solutions for your business and personal needs, from work comp, general liability, property and auto, and all points in between. Protecting your business is their business. Call Richard Boyette at the Daniel & Henry Company today, 314-444-5011.
McDonald's presents the new Big Mac Bacon. But is the Big Mac lucky to have bacon, or is bacon lucky to land on the Big Mac?
The Big Mac is lucky. Applewood smoked bacon makes everything taste better. The Big Mac, Brussels sprouts, dry toast.
No. Bacon's lucky to be on the iconic Big Mac. It's fortunate to dip its toe in that delicious special sauce.
There you have it. Get McDonald's Big Mac with bacon, fresh beef quarter pounder with bacon and cheesy bacon fries. Is it the best thing to happen to our classics, or to bacon? Try for yourself and decide.
Only for a limited time at participating McDonald's. Fresh beef available at most restaurants in contiguous U.S. Not available in Alaska, Hawaii, and U.S. territories.
Sydney's in Rolla reminds you to stop by and join in on the St. Pat's celebration, where they're making history by serving the official St. Pat's beer. Sydney's also offers great lunches and dinners. This Friday and Saturday, you get the 16-ounce hand-cut ribeye and 2 sides for only $14.99. See more on their Facebook page. For the best food and spirits, Sydney's is the best place to kick off your St. Pat's fun. Open Tuesday through Saturday from 11 until 1:30 a.m. Sydney's, 707 North Pine, downtown Rolla.
At Premier Title Group, we realize that one of the most important decisions in your life is when you purchase or sell your property. We strive to treat each customer like they are part of our family. At Premier Title Group, we offer quick yet very accurate title searches and will close your real estate transaction in a timely manner. With unmatched customer service, you'll find that we truly live up to our motto, providing you with a premier experience during your real estate transaction, serving Phelps and its surrounding counties. Remember, when it comes to title insurance, you have a choice. Choose Premier Title Group. May God bless our troops and our emergency responders.
Follow me at DaveWeinbaum.net, at The Dave Weinbaum on Twitter, and streaming live on the Dave Weinbaum Show Facebook page.
That college students are being punched, elderly citizens are being harassed, MAGA hat wearers are being kicked off planes and assaulted in school hallways and restaurants. Conservative speakers are being mobbed and Molotov cocktails. ICE agents and their families are being targeted. Pro-lifers are being kicked and menaced. Pro-Trump, anti-jihad moms on social media are being monitored and doxxed. The madness is beyond parody. Last week, you all saw this. Social justice media warriors whipped up hysteria over a Mar-a-Lago pastry chef over her Instagram posts. Where are the sanctuary spaces for law-abiding conservatives who simply want to exercise their rights to free speech and peaceable assembly?
I told you, Michelle Malkin was on fire. And she's right. We're getting to the point now. We're getting close to, this is how the Civil War started. Nobody thought it was going to happen, all right? In fact, one day when the first battle happened I think it was near the White House, actually, and they were battling. People put chairs out like it was a baseball game or something.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, people started dying. Well, they realized that this was no game. This was the beginning of something they hadn't seen since 1812.
Right.
And here it was 1860, and all of a sudden you were into war, and that's how things happen. It's like you don't think it's going to happen, but it does.
Yeah.
World War I happened when a diplomat was assassinated, I believe in France, but I'm not sure. And then all of a sudden you had World War I, killed a lot of people.
Yeah.
So, the people keep pushing this way, keep pushing us conservatives, and we got to strike back. We can't take this. I hope it doesn't happen, but, we need blowback that is at least adequate to stop this. And if without that, it's going to happen. We had this Zachary Greenberg who slugged this conservative guy on campus at Berkeley and cold cocked him. The guy wasn't expecting the punch. The guy didn't back away, but he was hit several times by this guy in the face. He didn't strike the other guy.
and he was actually at the CPAC, and Trump introduced this guy, and he spoke for a while. He was very, very good. But Trump now is saying, and finally, after a week, and they all knew who this guy was. He's got a record, very long record, the Zachary Green. Finally, the campus police at Berkeley arrested him for assault, probably 4 felony assaults, and he pleads innocent, but it's all on tape. But then again, something might have happened before the tape, so we don't know that for sure. So they're going to have a trial. And the president is now going to sign an executive order that takes away money from public schools who don't protect free speech on campus.
Good idea.
So thank you, Mr. President. Another thing we have is that the NABJ, National Association of Black Journalists, are monitoring CNN. Apparently, there are no blacks in top management that have any contact with Jeff Zuckerberg, the president of CNN. Go figure.
Jeff Zuckerberg.
Zuckerberg.
I thought he owned Facebook.
That's his. No, that's. That's a different Zuckerberg.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
It could be. Somebody will call the show. I'm sure somebody will call the show.
Mark Zuckerberg, right?
Mark Zucker. Yeah, well, okay. Mark Zucker. Probably it's Zucker. I probably ended. What's another berg? Come on.
Iceberg. Someone
Iceberg from Greenland. What do we know? What do you know about funny? It was a joke. Yeah, that's right. So, anyways, I'd like to play a couple snippets from Candace Owens' first show, and I had a blowback from some guy who said that she said some ridiculous things about Germany, which were kind of ridiculous, and he wanted a response. He wanted me to go contact her friend Charlie Kirk, like I have some kind of connection with them. I do, actually. Yeah. Charlie Kirk follows me, and she has responded to some of the things I said on Twitter. Yeah. But other than that, I don't have any real contact with him. But what I found was on these 2 snippets in rehearsal yesterday, I found that she has an answer somewhat. I don't know that it's satisfactory, but she did not mean to be anti-Semitic as they are accusing her of. It was just a case of not knowing. That's all. Yeah. Okay, so call the show. You still got a couple minutes to get in on the fabulous MAGA hat I'm going to give away. 573-364-4433. Get it off your chest.
They targeted me from day one.
Megyn Kelly, gone. Megyn Kelly didn't even say anything that was offensive. She said, when I was a kid growing up, people used to wear blackface and they weren't offended as long as you were truly going as the character. Her entire show is gone. Wiped. Gone. She's off of NBC.
Her
whole career, done, because she said something that wasn't even offensive. She's telling you about something that happened in the past. I mean, why can't she talk about her experience with that in a non-offensive way? They made her apologize, which I staunchly disagreed with. I actually think conservatives should not apologize.
I know, that's what all my friends said to me.
You shouldn't have apologized
because that's a death knell to the
There was
left.
not a single black person in America that was offended by what you said. It was the left using black people as human shields to go after their political opponents and people that are mainstreaming conservatism. You were mainstreaming conservatism. You got attacked. The exact same regard, I got attacked for a long conversation I was having about nationalism versus socialism versus globalism. And then they say, I hate Jewish people. Me, who flew over for the embassy opening.
Right.
I hate Jewish people. You hate black people. And yet here we are.
We don't know how to fight back. So I thought, well, what a great thing for me to come and talk to you, because you're a fighter and I applaud you and I respect and admire you. Your views are brilliant.
Thank you.
And, I thought this would be a good place to start. I totally respect you and everything you're doing. And support Blexit. Because I know that really is the linchpin of the whole thing, which you call it the plantation. I love that. I call it Egypt because I'm Jewish. It's leaving Egypt,
right,
and getting free of Pharaoh. But for all the African American people I know that are Blexiting, I say to them, Please take 2 Jews with you. Please, if I've ever caused you to laugh or feel good about anything in the world, please do me a favor, repay me. Get 2 Jews to go with you.
That was Candace Owens and Roseanne. I believe that was her first show on PragerU. And it was interesting because, Prager is I used to write with him on Jewish World Review. And he's an old radio guy. What's his name? Dennis Prager?
Yes.
Yeah, and so you've heard of him, haven't you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's been around for a long, long time. And he's a religious Jew. He's an obedient Jew. So he's got her working for him, and I know he knows she's not anti-Semitic. So, no big deal. But I love what Roseanne said. Bring a couple Jews with you out of the Democratic Party. Two for one. Such a deal. Anyways, we're back on the show. Call the show, 573-364-4433. Get it off your chest. Yes, Stan.
We still have a few Michelle Malkin.
Yes, I know.
Left.
I know, and I'm looking at that right now.
Okay.
In fact, I only see one, quite frankly.
Extra 3 and 4?
Yes. Okay, yes, there's 2. Go ahead and play those. Go ahead, hit it.
Which is why I cannot stand here and stay silent about the role that Van Jones has played in attempting to silence the right. My objection is not to his support for criminal justice reform. I have dedicated much of my own time, energy, and money fighting wrongful convictions, false allegations, and prosecutorial and forensic misconduct. Newsflash, next time you need a conservative to talk about criminal justice reform, call me. And the smear machine racket known as the Southern Poverty Law Center. Let Washington know how you feel about it. Let the conservative media know how you feel about it. They should be covering it. These people use the same playbook to marginalize and criminalize mainstream conservatives, anti-jihad groups, and immigration hawks as quote-unquote hate groups. They want to push us out of the public square. We shouldn't be holding hands with them. They conspire with payment processors in Silicon Valley to deprive the right of our voices and our ability to make a living. There are so many speaking up and fighting on the front lines for liberty and security. They're being de-Twittered. They're being de-PayPal'd. They're being de-Facebooked. They're being de-platformed. Many of you are in this room. If you are one of them, please stand up and let us know who you are.
There you go.
Yeah.
And she was on fire, and I'm glad you sent that to me. Thank you, Stan.
Yeah. And she was talking about Laura Loomer right there, but of course Laura Loomer wasn't in there.
Well, she wasn't in there. I guess it was. I can't imagine her being after the president. I thought the president was the last thing that was done, but all right. Well, it happened. Meghan and Harry. This is the British royalty. Is it Meghan Markle, I guess?
Yep.
And Harry the Prince. They are having a baby.
Wow.
But they want a gender-fluid child.
Oh, God.
So it could be a prince, or it could be a princess. Or I guess one day it could be a prince, and the next day be a princess, depending on what it chooses.
Oh, boy.
Is this weird or what? I mean, come on, that's weird. And the baby's going to decide when it's, 2 years old, 3 years? I mean, really? Does anybody here... Is anybody here for that? That's incredible.
They're weird.
So, anyways, this is a bunch of this stuff is on my website. Aisha Ann, an abused mutt in India. They found this dog being beaten and bleeding in the streets. And they brought it in, they cleaned him up, and or her, I'm not sure whether it's a he or a her. It looks sort of like our dog, kind of. And they noticed that she was pretty fast. So they ran her through some tests. And she became, from there, the best drug-sniffing, bomb-sniffing dog in India. Now, doesn't this sound like a Disney film?
Yeah.
I mean, Aisha, the dog from Total Misery and Close to Death.
saved and then becomes this great leader. I mean, that's a story
that's cool.
That's just
underdog story.
Yeah, that's it'll probably be animated, and I want my 50% royalties off this.
Sure.
All right, now also have on there the 8 saddest quotes about the horrors and guilt from women when they have an abortion. And what's that?
You're going to draw the name out of the winner yet?
Oh, yeah, I will.
Oh, okay, all right.
I will.
Just
give me time.
Yeah, all right.
All right. We're going to hold the suspense here.
All right.
Yeah, you can call the show and make yourself eligible, but it's running. Time's running out, man. In about 2 minutes, I'm gonna choose. All right.
Gotcha.
You got a drum roll ready?
I got
right?
it ready.
Thanks for reminding me, though.
Oh, you're welcome.
But I want you to go look at these 8 quotes from women, and I'll tell you the story of how basically I learned I could do radio. Some guy called me for an interview out of San Diego a couple years before I got before I was writing, but a couple years before I went on the radio. He says, we got a radio show out here, and I think it was a guy that worked for Prager in Chicago, but he was on liberal radio in San Diego, drive time radio. So he says, you want to be on my show? I want to be on this guy's show? He was the producer. I says, well, okay, but why me? He says, you'll be on the show? I says, yeah. He says, well, we can't get any conservatives. So, okay, so what's it about? I wrote an article, and one of the things was about abortion. Back in 2006, all right? So, he puts me on the show. I've got somebody downstairs looking at the computer. We're trying to listen in on the show, and all of a sudden, the Stacy Taylor guy's his name, and he starts talking, and he says, because I put on my column that I would I put on my column afterwards, I'll be on the golf course, okay? So he says, well, if we can drag Dave Weinbaum off the golf course, maybe he'll come on and honor us with his presence on the show. So, because I was nervous about this. I didn't do radio or anything like that. Yep. So I decided immediately to do this bit. So we get on to the producer, and producer says, are you ready, Mr. Weinbaum? I says, yeah. So Stacy gets on. He says, yeah, Dave Weinbaum? Yeah. He says, hold on a minute, Stacy. This is live now.
Yeah.
I says, I'm on the 18th hole, and I got to make this last putt. Can you hold on just a second? So, hey, it's in. I sunk a 20-footer. How's that? He says, very funny. So I talked to this. I got callers in about the column because it was a conservative column about abortion. One lady calls in and says, I want to talk to you about the abortion thing. I says, yeah, do you believe in late-term abortion? And there was a big pause on the end of the line. I says, well, I thought about having that once, and I'm so grateful I didn't. I had the baby. And I said, well, thank you very much. And Stacy's reaction was, okay, next caller.
That figures.
That figures. So now, roll drum roll. Little drum roll. Okay, do I have all? No. Move some of these to the bottom here.
I glued them.
I didn't know such thing.
Right. Okay. Here it is. It is Martin from St. James. You got to call me. Way to be, Martin. All right. Do you win the MAGA hat? Call me. 573. What's my number? 578-2700. Call me. All right? 573-578-2700. You win the MAGA hat. Thank you so much. Okay, we're back on the show. We got a couple minutes left. You can call the show. And that would be 573-364-4433. We got the song playing now. So let me get a few things out there. The Pope will be opening Pope Pius's II archives, and this was during World War II. We're going to find out a lot of secrets about the Pope's relationship to Nazi Germany back there. I commend the Pope for opening this up. We've got Schiff and Nadler, 81 notices. And these guys are, I don't know what they're doing. They're also coaching Cohen, 10 hours of coaching by Schiff. And I think they're actually telling him how to testify. And the Republicans aren't in on this. Okay? So, Cohen is he lied about the pardon attempt, and it's just not going to happen. Apparently, that he's going to get another federal referral for crimes. You got Tommy Robinson, a British conservative. His book was banned by Amazon, but they're still selling Mein Kampf, believe it or not, from Adolf Hitler. Okay, jobs, big miss in terms of number of new jobs. Went from 330,000 to 20,000. But record employed, and 3.8% unemployment rate, not bad. Kids nationwide are going in on climate strike from schools. Socialism being taught. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being listening to the Dave Weinbaum Show. Have a great weekend. I'll be back next week with another edition of the Dave Weinbaum Show. Hit it.